There we are. Hello. Hey, everybody. I see we got a couple people here.
Hello.
Some people from Twitch, some people from YouTube, and if you're not aware, I've got both of my chats sort of merged so I can see you both, even though you might not see each other. So how we all doing? It's very fucking hot right now, so I'm gonna have a little cold drink. Don't mind
cold
me.
One.
Well, a cold one.
Let's see. It is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 111.
2 grams of what in your inventory? Don't worry about it. What are you, a cop? What's up, everybody? What's up, Cody? Yes, that's me. Hi. I am up. Barely. It's not like I just woke up. I
was gonna say, you've been up for a while.
I've been up for a while. I just can't stand the heat. I want to go to bed and I want to never wake up again. Because it's ridiculous here in Texas.
It's really bad right now. Thank you all for joining us. New and old. I see following TLS since the beginning.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you very much.
Such a long time ago.
April 2020.
2020.
Oh my god.
I wear these so fucking weird. I might as well be Geordie LaForge. There we go. Let's wear it like a normal human being. I always want to put them like to the front of my head. I don't know why. Pandemic project.
Yep.
It kind of started as a pandemic project. Here's your intro to the Q&A.
Yep.
This entire thing got started, the lighted stage only got started 2 reasons. The first reason is actually because I lost my hard drive and I kind of fell into a little bit of a depression.
A little bit of a depression.
So all of my work, all of my art, everything I ever drew, my whole life since I've had my previous computer, gone.
Yeah.
And it was a struggle to be creative again. And this project sort of helped me break back into it and do art again and write again and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So I needed that. And then the pandemic happened. COVID happened and
yeah,
just kept going. What else was I going to do?
Yeah, so that's the start of TLS. I know we talk about it quite a bit in the Discord, which we will go ahead and mention. A lot of users here, you are with us in the Discord. If you are not, please feel free to join. We do answer questions there as well, but sometimes it's just easier to kind of chat.
I believe in Twitch you can hit !Discord and it should pop up a link. It won't work on YouTube for some reason because
YouTube hates us.
Yeah.
I should have a link. I should have pulled that up earlier.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it none.
Don't worry about it none, huh?
You'll get to it. It's not super pertinent. How have you two been aside from the melt? Trying not to melt? Boy, have we been trying not to melt. Not good. Not good all because of the melt. The melt is happening whether we like it or not, and we don't like it. Oh god. Electric is insane because of just the heat and our central air not being able to keep up with it. So we busted out a window unit in our bedroom. So now every other room in the house, apartment, very hot.
Yeah.
Very hot. It's like 80 degrees. Inside the bedroom, it's nice. It's nice. That's not where we are right now.
Yeah. We are in our office. Kind of back to back with Jester bringing up that TLS was supposed to just be the first chapter in the pitch video, and then Detective Mothman asking, did you expect TLS to go on for as long as you did when you first started it? No.
Nope. I thought I'd be able to crank it out, but then
You got invested.
I got invested in it, and it got so much attention that I was like, well, I kind of owe it to people to not half-ass it. And I owe it to myself to not half-ass it. So I just stopped half-assing it because I was in the beginning. I very much was. And I will admit that.
There was a point in time where Cody was thinking that, like, oh, I'll make it in, like, 9 chapters.
Yeah.
And just...
I'll just shit it out. Get the main ideas across and not really embellish much.
And it's really funny to me because I'm like, you had so many plans. Even before you really started getting invested in it, you were like... well, I need this La Cantina fight, and then there's the whole, like, race to Alcatraz Then I do have the raid on Alcatraz itself. So, like, he had all of these plot points that he knew he wanted. Like the red herring with Duffy.
I just didn't know, getting overconfident. I bit off more than I can chew, essentially. But, like, yeah, all of these small little beats that I know I wanted to hit, I didn't know where they were going to fit. I don't know if they all lined up. But I made it work, and I made all of my ideas locked together, and it sort of really ballooned. So I didn't intend for it to be a 6-year project. And on that note, I don't intend for the rest of the Thoughtform Saga to actually balloon the same way.
Right.
I am sort of forcing myself to rein things back. So the cast for the lighted stage is half the reason I think why it's 30 some odd chapters, 34 chapters. It's a big cast.
It's a very big cast.
Future parts will have a much more restrained cast, and I think because of that, we're only going to see like one good solid fight out of like a concept, like a stand concept, and then we're going to call it quits, and then we're going to move on, and characters is half the cast at most. Hell, maybe even less than that. I would say definitely less than that.
I could pull up my notes because I do have some counts that I was doing to see. I know there are only like 8 in Saint Mistakes.
Saint Mistakes, only 8 characters.
8 stands.
8 stands. Yeah, there are some characters that don't have stands.
Yeah.
But they're not that important. Or are they?
Oh, well, 9 if you count that one. Okay. So yeah, it's...
Here's a question.
9, 12...
If TLS was originally meant to be way shorter, what was the plot originally going to be any different, or was it the same? It was roughly the same. I didn't really deviate from my overarching plan. I just didn't realize at the time the universe that I had created was as big as it was for the lighted stage.
Just kind of a misconception for him to be like, well, I have all of these plot points, and I don't... He doesn't think about the time to get between plot points, so because the plot points themselves are, very refined and tight, like... We need to go from point A to point B because we're chasing after La Cantina to get to Alcatraz and get Duffy back, right? Like, that's the plot point. But, like, that has so many steps in between, right? That's where the miscalculation comes from, typically.
I'm going to move over to Sketchbook right here.
Yeah.
So that if we, begin the Q&A proper...
I mean... This is probably what it's going to be like, but...
Yeah, but I can move over, and then I can keep a question on the screen. So...
Why don't we go ahead and just answer, because this one can be really quick. The favorite character...
we missed that.
And favorite characters overall, which is very hard and complicated.
So, favorite character to voice for me? Oh, that's probably got to be Beefeater. He's just a character. He's such a character. It's actually not that hard on my voice to go as hard as Beefeater requires. I've mentioned a story about a character that I voiced like in anime before, and how the director was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, I'm fine. I can do that kind of voice for a long time."
Yeah.
He's fun. My favorite character overall, out of the ones that I have voiced, it's Theo.
Really?
It's a toss-up.
I was gonna say Theo and Calvin are your babies.
Calvin is also probably my big baby. He's
my baby boy.
My big baby boy. There's 2 of them. 6, 7. There's 2 of them. It's Theo and Calvin. So like, but I mean, obviously, I love every single one of the characters that I've made, even the pieces of shit.
It's so tough.
Like Optics. Optics is a fucking interesting motherfucker.
He's interesting to write. He's interesting to for your voice. I think some of your best performance comes from
just
Optics
straight from
reality.
Optics. Yeah.
The Clockwork Angels chapters are incredible for Optics locally.
I'm going to switch back to the big camera because I get the feeling
You're not gonna write anything on the screen.
I'm not. That's just that is just gonna be too distracting. So let's not do that.
Okay. Yes, Beefeater does roll. As far as my favorite character to voice, it's kind of hard. I really love the amount of energy that I get to bring in with Sunny. Jazz is definitely the best for, like, as an actor, I enjoy the most. She's just a very dynamic character to voice, thanks to being the protagonist. And then I think, though, my overall favorite character is Morgan and Henrietta.
That makes sense. So
She's my baby.
Morgan, my wife here, who voices all of the femme characters, his favorite character is Morgan.
To voice.
To voice, but also you contributed a lot to to the twins in terms of it's like your most significant writing
them
contribution.
and Poppy.
And Poppy.
Yeah, which we'll probably talk about a little later. Poppy, because.
Okay, so here's a new question. Is what was my most/least favorite stand to write? And I gotta be honest with you, as much as I adore Calvin, Gin and Juice is a pain in the ass because like I have to research so many different things. It's like, what are the properties of ethanol? What can I do with ethanol here? Like, oh god. And like I feel like I exhausted and really stretched the limit of what Calvin's power set should have been. But no, I think it's still all fairly believable. And yeah. So that was probably my least favorite stand to write. My favorite stands to write is actually probably a toss-up. I do love Maxwell Silverhammer. And also Sharp-Dressed Man. It's just... Everything okay?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna save questions so that we don't miss them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a good idea. And then we got a checklist. We can just check them off.
Yeah.
What's the maximum amount someone can consume? That is so like up in the air. That's not even...
Yeah, it's entirely dependent on the body and...
the metabolism and your specific tolerance. And boy, Calvin built up a tolerance, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw Brad is eager to answer a question from the server yesterday.
Yeah, you can pose that.
Go ahead, and we will get to it as soon as we sort of wrap around. Let's see. Why don't we go ahead and... I saw... What was your least favorite stand right?
I already answered that.
You already answered that? Did you answer your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, yeah, I think you were really...
yeah, sorry, I'm sitting here collecting the questions. So.
But I'd mentioned Sharp-Dressed Man as one of my favorite stands.
Yeah, the use of the slicing the air was a moment.
The fabric of space.
Yeah.
I just decided I need somebody who can hit with a long-range attack that's not Jasmine in this instance. Theo. What if Theo can slash open the fabric of space?
Yeah.
So huge Theo upscale in that fight.
Yeah. So
And it makes sense. It works with his power set. It's not too much of a stretch.
Okay, Brad was asking, when Possum Kingdom captured Weston whole into a photo, did it intentionally do that so that it could keep him alive and he could survive his 3 days grace?
No.
Or was that an unintended consequence of what it was doing?
I would say that he got lucky that he was captured whole. Weston. So
I would disagree.
Do you think Possum Kingdom intentionally...
I think, based on everything that we've been talking about since the chapter went out, I think it's safe to say that it happened because it had to happen that way.
Okay, that's one way to look at it, and that's a really shitty way to answer the question.
You know,
when you learn more about the nature of this universe, I guess you'll understand that answer a little bit more.
I don't know, maybe use it to think a little bit.
Okay, jeez. Wow,
Yeah.
But at the same time, the way that I think reprises work for me is, believe it or not, I took some inspiration from Bleach.
No.
Really? I'm inspired by Bleach in addition to
my mind is broken.
In addition to JoJo. So in Bleach, the way to achieve Bankai is to summon your sword spirit in the present and the here and now and fight them and submit them. So for me, it's you go through a 3 days grace again once you're dosed for a second time, and you get your reprise. Your stand attacks you. You have to survive and prove your willpower is strong enough for the next 3 days. And when you do, you kind of earn your stand's respect again, right? And your willpower and the willpower of your rogue stand, what's the word? Like reconvene, coalesce, shift back into alignment, and you get control of your stand back. That's sort of kind of how I figured.
No, in universe, I do believe that's the way it is. Realistically, it happened because it had to happen.
Right.
So, let's see. I'm trying to stick with some easy questions before, like, kind of balance things out.
Yeah.
Jester asks a bunch of questions.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So now that TLS has wrapped, what has ended up being your favorite moment of the series? Or favorite moments?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question because there's so many. I was like, how do you pick your top moment? I'm still going to be incredibly pleased with myself for Race to the Marina. It's not like an emotionally powerful thing. It's just...
It's one of the earliest ideas you had.
It's one of the earlier ideas. It's an interesting set piece that I'm really happy that I was able to get to and convey. I was really proud of that. And I think overall, the finale with Jasmine and Weston, I hit all the notes I really wanted to. And the way I think it sort of wraps up the thematic through line and puts a nice bow on what I've been trying to say since I've sort of settled on what the theme is.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I was able to get that across the way that I did. Even if everyone didn't necessarily catch on, I think given enough time, if you go back and rewatch it a bunch, you should get it.
Yeah.
You should get it.
I think so. I think a lot of retrovision will have to happen. The finale is definitely a highlight. I think for me, one of my favorite moments is Jazz's first confrontation with Weston. Acting wise, the two of us, I love the intensity. The line, she was not the prey, she's the predator. That whole segment.
She was not his prey. She was the predator.
Yeah, it's just the way the tables turn in that moment. It's just a highlight for me. Otherwise, Upman's sacrifice for Mina.
Yeah.
Is also the Weird Science and Upman fight was a very late game.
It was
idea.
It was never originally planned. The first time that we were really going to see Weird Science fight was actually going to be the last time we saw him fight, which would have been a mistake, I think. So I'm really glad that we came up with that that compromise to fold him in earlier.
Yeah. So the original plan for Upman was that he was going to survive. We had no plans at all to kill him, and in fact, the fashion show was going to be his idea in the end.
Just him ultimately relenting.
And giving them control of what to do so that they can get Weston. But like the more we thought about it, and Cody thinking separately too, because I was sitting and thinking specifically about, okay, so if Upman survives, Morgan, he's your favorite character and you want him to survive, but if he survives, how does he die? Because he is an old man. He is eventually going to have to die. And I'm like, Upman can't die like at his death.
I had suggested, like, you know what, he probably lives until the 80s and croaks at his desk working.
And I hated that.
Yeah, I didn't care for it too. So I kept thinking more, and I noodled this idea of this sort of last stand with Weird Science showing up and putting everything on Mina's shoulders.
Yeah. So the passing of the torch for Maison between Upman and Mina is it is one of my favorites, just because it is like something that just developed naturally in the entire story. I was very happy about that.
Is it possible for you to share that with me? Or is that on some sort of...
This is just on an app, my computer.
Oh, okay, shit.
We could screen share if you wanted, but...
Oh, no, we probably should have set that up before.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Yeah, I don't want to do that ahead of time. But if you wanted to start like a Google Doc and like drop it in and then share that, just so that I can keep track of the questions too.
Sure. That's gonna take a minute though.
Okay, because I will absolutely, with my ADHD, veer off and forget what the question was. That will happen.
Well, I mean, that's also why I'm here.
I know, but I'll understand it better if I see the words. And if we lose track of the chat, then it's like, oh,
Okay.
I'm completely fucked.
We'll go ahead and go back. So, M. Buffton had said, if TLS was originally meant to be way shorter, was the plot originally going to be different, or was it the same? We're going to go back to that because we can. It lets us talk about the things that were there in the beginning and the things that changed, because there were a lot of things that had to change during the progress of the story.
Sure.
The process of the story. Oh God, why are you not doing this for me? Oh, cool. That's just... Is it... Am I losing connection?
That would be insane.
What?
But, I mean, you are running on Wi-Fi, whereas I'm plugged into Ethernet.
Yeah. Oh my God, what are you doing? Well, it doesn't want to let me share it with you just yet, so... That's
okay.
Well,
we can work on that in a bit. Right now, I guess we can keep going through some of the questions.
But what are the big things that we had to... What are the big things that we had to change? Sorry, you're the one who wanted me to sit here and make a document that I can share with you instead of trying to keep you on track, so don't get frustrated just because I'm sitting here doing the thing you're asking me to do.
You're projecting. I'm not frustrated. Well,
anyway, I'm asking the things that stayed the same and the things that changed. One of the big things, I'll just go ahead and start. Cody originally was going to have Alexa be there for the Duffy confrontation, meaning that Alexa and Private Eyes could have easily gotten the truth out of Duffy, and then the only conflict would have been trying to convince Eloise to listen and realize that it was a lie, that Duffy did not, that he's not the Square Biz killer, right?
Yeah, although at the same time we do end up having Mina with Private Eyes ask the questions anyway at the end.
At the end.
But it's at the end.
You had her there in the beginning.
We needed to postpone that and put some distance between the confrontation with Duffy and the inevitable arrival of La Cantina that really interrupts the question.
Yeah,
it couldn't have happened.
We needed to get Alexa
like
away, and Cody originally did not intend to take Alexa away, despite the fact that at one point I did go, "What is your plan for this?" And his response to me was, "I'll worry about that when we get there."
Yeah.
And so, because I could tell he wasn't going to think about it, and then he was going to be really frustrated with the rock and the hard place that he put himself in, I started thinking about it on my own, and I came up with Poppy.
So Poppy was an invention of Morgan.
Yes.
Was not in the plan. In fact, I had never planned to really address the identities of all the other victims. They were just window dressing at a certain point, which would have been a mistake. I'm glad that inevitably Morgan solidified the idea of we should get to know them a little.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes sense that we would, considering Jazz has all of these case files to go through. So that's another change.
Yeah, so the whole thing with Poppy became if you weren't able to follow it along in the story, because there were some details that I wanted to get in that we weren't able to. One of the big things about Dior and Weston sort of doing their team up is keeping Weston out of the loop of certain things so that when Private Eyes has to interrogate him about something, he can actually be clueless. And so one of the things with Poppy is that Dior is the one who planted her. She took one of the bodies that Duffy dumped and planted it in the junkyard, told Weston, just go here, and he had to figure out the rest from there. That was something that we didn't really get to actually spell out. But that's how Weston ended up with Poppy, and that's how he was able to get by Alexa and Private Eyes.
And I think this is what Q&A is for.
Yeah.
Like, because like that's not necessary information. You can reason. You can kind of reason some of that yourself, or not, and like it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Then couple of the other changes, there was a point in time where Mickey was actually going to get killed by Mina.
Yeah. The original plan was actually for Mina to pull the fucking trigger.
Yeah.
And he was gonna die, but
I don't think it's gonna let me do this.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
It'll just be easier this way.
Yeah.
If we don't worry about it. I just don't know why that won't work.
Well, it's just Google Docs is literally saving your changes is taking longer than usual. Editing is temporarily disabled.
Jesus.
It's like fucking frozen. It's busted.
Yeah,
it won't
you're. I guess that's your Wi-Fi, huh?
I don't know. I'm connected to the stream. I can see the chat.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Any other big changes that we had made?
Yeah.
Based on the original idea.
The Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Right on Alcatraz. And Duffy.
I mean, yeah.
We've never gone into everything that I had to fight you on.
Right,
for that.
right. My original idea. Oh God, there's so much to go through with what my original plan was that I don't know if I want to broach it too much. But the original plan was actually for. God, what was it? There's so much.
The original plan, because a lot changed with Weird Science being the one to fight Upman. At one point it was going to be, so it goes all the way back to the fall of Maison. And Mina getting abducted was not the original plan. The original plan was the Private Eyes photo that Weston takes.
Right.
Is going to be what leads them to Alcatraz.
It's sort of the MacGuffin, right?
Yeah.
Like some villain shows up, whether it was Weird Science or whoever, steals the photograph because they think that it's got some clue. Or it was really not well thought out.
No.
And so it's a race to Alcatraz, to raid Alcatraz, get the photo back, and have Mina steal a bit of Duffy's brain to use Girls on Film to reach inside the photograph and pull the original Private Eyes back out.
Yeah. Which would have resulted in Mina having to potentially retain a piece of Duffy's mind, which I didn't like. I did not want her to retain Girls on Film at all. There was a point where it was like, well, okay, she can swap the Girls on Film part with Fortunate Sons, and then she ends up with...
And that's inevitably what it was. She gets shot in the Duffy brain.
No, she doesn't get shot. Well, I mean, that was the original plan. That she'd get shot in the part of the Duffy brain. I thought you were talking about that's what ended up happening.
No.
When you say that's what ended up happening, it sounds like you're saying the final draft.
No, my mistake.
Okay.
Well, in the original plan, that's what inevitably happened.
Yes.
Those are the biggest things, really.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of minute details.
Yeah, it was the fact that Girls on Film. It was also just kind of so many extra steps.
It was a lot
icky.
of extra steps, and it was also too icky.
It was very icky. Making Girls on Film be the result of Private Eyes getting out and being able to go to Jazz for Maid of Stars, because Maid of Stars was always part of the plan.
It's giving Duffy a little bit of something to do, some credit in saving the day. It's like, even if it's not Duffy, it's still an aspect, and it's like, I don't like that.
Yeah. And
I was just sold on the idea because it was just the idea that I had, and I didn't necessarily want to think around it and rework it.
And that's kind of where we end up fighting the most, is when you have an idea and you don't want to put the energy into thinking of how to solve it. That's where most of our arguments about like how the story is going to go ends up.
Sorry.
Go on.
Sorry. And I thought that was the finish.
Go.
Okay. I was just going to move on to another dropped idea to talk about Avery Sinclair.
Do you want to talk about Avery Sinclair?
Just a smidge.
Okay.
I don't know if people are going to be interested, but there was a fight that I was maybe going to do with I think it was actually meant to be an early Mina and Theo team up to fight Avery Sinclair, who was a photojournalist, mostly, a reporter who was trying to cover Square Biz Killer, snuck into the party, got dosed, and then his stand was going to be something like A Day in the Life or Secondhand News, as we inevitably maybe wanted to call it, but I inevitably wanted to call it. Maybe it was that, maybe it was this, and it allowed him to hear the voice of the narrator, but that whole thing was scrapped, so the character is mixed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's as much as I want to say.
I was going to go back to things that we were kind of fighting over, and the Mickey fight. Because one of the things that I had to relent on for you was the stickers.
Yeah.
You did. You were the one who wanted the stickers.
I really wanted Mickey to be able to combat Mina taking away the parts of his brain that regulated fun, good times, with the stickers, with Sonny's ability to influence hormonal, like flooding the host with what are the feel-good juices?
Yeah.
Serotonin and such.
Yeah, and I did not want that, and it was not an idea that I was thrilled about, but I kind of just gave up on fighting you on, and then the other one that I did end up having to relent on was Weston, and the question.
Oh yeah, the question.
Because Cody wanted the question to be a figurative, emotional response from Weston, of saying that, do you really think you've won? And Weston being faux confident, and Private Eye's going off because he actually has doubt. Still not my favorite choice, but it ends up working. I preferred the question to be an actual thing that he could lie about. I wanted it to be Alexa trapping him in the question that she knows he will lie about, which is protecting Jazz, right? Like, just don't make Jazz your target. Because he thinks that he can lie. He'd be confident and happy to just placate her, not realizing that Private Eyes was there. So that was how I wanted that to go. Not what ended up happening.
No. I think we can probably move on from that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure we got a fuckload of new questions.
Yeah. Some of them are kind of in the same vein, so
okay.
Like I'm kind of trying to wrap some up. We had done that. If you had to get rid of one chapter, which would you choose? That's an interesting from Mothman. What chapter would you get rid of?
God, I think they're all necessary.
I was gonna say, I don't think I'd cut anything. I would rewrite some.
Yeah, I would definitely go back and touch things up from the early early chapters, but I couldn't cut anything. I don't think anything is cuttable. I mean, there might be some fights that might be a little superfluous, like the Dos Equis fight. I suppose is superfluous.
I don't know, because it's establishing Eloise's own suicidal ideation.
Yeah.
Which kind of
it comes
into
back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's cuttable. I think it's mostly just refining. Were there any changes that were done in spur of the moment during production?
Oh yes, who asked that?
Dak Cop.
Dak Cop. I don't know if you're aware, but Jaeger was a last-minute addition. The entire fight with Jaeger, which I guess inevitably took the place of what the Avery Sinclair A Day in the Life fight would have been as the first team-up of Mina and Theo. It inevitably ended up being Jaeger. And it was just me asking the question to myself, wait a second. If La Cantina knows that Mina is capable of reaching into someone's brain and pulling out information, why would they leave that alone? Why would they not specifically target Mina? So I had to create a fight around that idea. Just to resolve that. And then I was like, oh wait, I can have Mina be the one to actually retrieve the information about double dosing.
Yeah, because
Originally-
we never planned on how that would even...
Originally it was Crow. Originally it was Crow's parting gift to Alexa.
To Alexa, okay. I'd forgotten that was a Crow thing, but yeah.
Yeah, it originally was, but this idea was so much better.
Yeah. I had seen a question or statement. Oh, Easy Cut would be the recap chapter. I don't consider
That's not like a full chapter. That's 12
I don't consider that an actual chapter.
It's not a whole number chapter. It's 12.5 or something like that.
I don't consider that a chapter, personally. Yeah, I don't think you even included on the AO3, do you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
It's just there to, make it more anime for the YouTube.
Yeah, and we had moved onto a brand new bigger arc, and that's also when the ED changed.
Yeah.
So
it was just kind of a transition.
Yeah, made sense.
Favorite and least favorite stand design.
Design? I really actually like Trapped a lot.
I love Trapped. He's a cutie.
I really like Trapped. Trapped was actually me trying to design something a little bit more, Araki-esque, but a sort of Steel Ball Run universe stand, just some little freaking weirdo thing, as opposed to big strong Punch Ghost. So that was Trapped. Today is Jerry Jewell's birthday. He voiced Shinichi Jimmy in Case Closed. Yeah, I know Jerry. Jerry's great. I love Jerry.
Jerry directed me in my first lead role at Funimation. It was
Parallel World Pharmacy. You were Pharma.
I love Jerry. He's the best.
Yeah, I'd love to be back in Jerry's studio. It's been a minute.
Yeah. So Trapped. Favorite. Who's your least favorite?
Least favorite design? I wish I could have made the hourglass for Time in a Bottle more something special. I couldn't really fully decide, was it some strange manifestation, or did it actually just imprint the power on an hourglass that he had?
Yeah.
On his desk. Inevitably, I decided it just imprinted the power on a regular hourglass on his desk because I didn't want to put too much effort into designing and drawing.
Yep. This was also before you intended to have a big Time in a Bottle fight.
Right. He was just sort of there.
Was Upman always going to be part of the fight with Prioritize and Crow?
Yeah.
Okay. And that would have probably been the extent of Time in a Bottle, right?
I think so. That would probably be the first real showcase and last real showcase of what Time in a Bottle can do.
So we got more about it.
Came back, and then, you know what? Upman upscale.
Yeah. I think that's a fair one for least
May
favorite.
he rest in peace.
I think my personal favorite is I'm very fond of the moving pictures entity, as we referred to it for the longest time.
So for the longest time, it was what I called the possession entity. The not original idea, but one of the ideas that I was toying with for how moving pictures works was that it wasn't just a phenomena stand. That it took the just whatever camera he had, it worked with his power. The original idea was, maybe actually it's a stand that jumps into whatever camera he's using and then jumps out and into a different camera.
Yeah.
But it can actually jump out and be its own humanoid thing. But inevitably, when we decided on a reprise, we took that initial idea and said, well, that's just the design of the reprise then.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yep. That was a really easy one to solve.
That was.
Are your Seiyu choices for the Saint of Mistakes characters that appear in the lighted stage going to get new Seiyu, or will they be the same?
Definitely new Seiyu, and obviously I will drop that. I do want to find the initial art, the concept art I did of the quote-unquote possession entity, if this shit will load. If it'll load. Where is it? See if I can even find it, because, like, my shit is not well organized in the least.
And unfortunately, I'm busted right now, so we're stuck there.
Cool.
The possession entity, my beloved. Do you have all the character designs for Arc 2 thought out already?
Yeah. Not all of them. The main characters. And the villain.
The
MC, the MV, and all the main
and the
good
Joe
guys. Party member.
Yeah.
That's all figured out, but the rest, no. No.
Which characters are canonically queer? That's one I can answer because you aren't.
Yeah, you can answer that while I'm not. You are more suited to answer that question.
I have canon answers and then head canons for the things that Cody does not care about. So we've agreed that canonically, Jazz is in the ace spectrum, sapphic demi.
Sorry about that.
And so, Alexa, obviously lesbian. Theo, very gay. Mina, straighty McStraight. I know everybody hates it, but Mina's a little straight girl. She's just too conservative for anything else.
Yep.
Sunny, pan. Just overall, she's here for a good time. Not even sure if she's terribly, like, the commitment type. Just here for a good time with everybody. And Eloise is literally too self-involved and depressed to have thoughts about any sort of sexuality, gender. Like, she's gone. And I say the same thing about Calvin, in the sense that, like, there's just too much going on in the brain space to think about other people. And then, of course, Weston, asexual. Entirely. Asexual, aromantic. But otherwise, everybody else is sort of up to interpretation. Oh, Upman is gay.
Boom.
I'd almost forgotten. Upman is gay.
And here's the possession entity.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a good side profile of what Possum Kingdom looks like, that's it. That's it, right here. And that was my first rough sketch.
I was gonna say very little changed.
Not too much. I made more committed decisions in certain joints and how like certain things flexed, and that's about it. The general shape is all there.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I decided purple.
I like purple. I was
purple.
adamant about purple.
Purple.
Oh, it's literally just the reprised design. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
that's
God, sorry.
that's what it was made into. So okay. If Theo were to use Sharp Dressed Man to cut off his hand or his upper torso, would he still be able to control it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That one's just an easy yes.
That's an easy yes.
I think my favorite thing about the final fight with Weston and Jasmine was that Weston was trying to give this whole big villain monologue, and Jazz was just like, I don't give a shit, you loser.
Yeah, the idea of Jasmine refusing to moralize alongside Weston was a big thing I really wanted to get across, because for her, survival and like his entire philosophy of nihilism doesn't mean a goddamn thing to her. Survival is and meaning to her life is not something to even debate. It's not worthy of debate. Life has meaning. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Of course she's going to survive. Of course I'm going to fight. It's like, what the fuck? What do you expect?
Yeah.
That was just a big thing, is how matter of fact, on its face obvious, it should be for us to, keep at it. Despite the struggle, despite how hard it is, we have to keep at it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no overcoming it. There's no maybe things get better. And that's something I wanted to get across.
Yeah. No, the confrontation between Jazz and Weston has kind of fundamentally always been the same, in that he has this grand idea and Jazz looks down on his misanthropy.
Misanthropy.
Hoy, back into words.
His misanthropy.
But, yeah, she just has no respect for the way he is perceiving the universe, because it fundamentally makes decisions for other people where that is just not, like, that's just goes against everything that Jazz believes in. So, the final confrontation with them in Possum Kingdom, we worked on for a while. When you first pitched it to me, I loved the idea, was on board for everything, but you had characterized some elements of Jazz's, like, perspective on things and the way the fight the dialogue would go. And in the first draft, all of that disappeared.
I would say maybe it got buried in other things.
If it got buried, you also stripped it of its roots, because it was barren.
Sure.
It took a lot of work to get Jazz back to that point of I don't care.
There was plenty back and forth. Different drafts and ideas that we kicked around. That's also, part of the reason why this final chapter took a while, is because getting that perfect it took a minute. It took a minute. Lots of weeks of sort of just back and forth.
Yeah, and
that part.
This was why I also insisted on writing the last two chapters at the same time before putting the one before it out, because I know how you work. And I knew that if we didn't do them at the same time, you would end up doing something and then regretting that you didn't put it in the chapter before and try and fit it in a way that was not going to work in the final chapter.
Are we still on a question? Or are we rambling?
We're not rambling. Okay. Cody.
What was the question?
We were talking about the philosophy of the Possum Kingdom fight.
Right.
And
it was from an observation that someone made about, hey, I like this part of the thing. And it's like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey. My ADHD completely forgot.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here.
What is the furthest and earliest points in time that we will see in the Thought Form saga?
Ooh, spoilers.
Yeah.
That might... But I think I've confirmed it elsewhere. That it's not going to take place or it's not going to go beyond a certain period of time. Right? Did I? I think so.
I don't know if you've confirmed exactly that. You have said not modern times. I believe that's as detailed as you've gotten.
Okay. I can confirm at the very most that there will not be a COVID.
No.
There will not be a COVID era fan part.
Yeah.
Part 3 will not take place in COVID America.
Yeah.
Nor COVID China, nor COVID anywhere in the world.
Yeah. No, we won't give any other dates because there are going to be. It's obvious Saint of Mistakes is a prequel.
Yeah.
So that's going to be set in 1929. This is just confirmed.
It's confirmed by the photograph in the final chapter.
Yeah. So we know
that
this much. That is not necessarily the furthest the story goes back. It is not the only time we may see the 1920s.
That's true.
Lots of things.
Or before the 1920s.
Yeah. So we're not going to give dates. But you have 2, and that's 1967 and 1929.
Yeah. We've mentioned a few things about what the upcoming part... In the Discord, we've mentioned a few things about what the upcoming parts will have. One of the things is we teased the names, and inevitably we revealed all those to everyone. The other thing is part 2, which is going to be coming up, is going to be jazz standards versus
like Italian operas.
Italian operas, and it will have some heist-like element involved.
Yes.
As the main sort of focus of where the thrust of the story is going.
Yes.
And
how did Weston adapt from going from a materialized and bound stand to a humanoid stand? What does that feel like with your body? I don't think we've put much thought into the physical experience.
Not the physicality of it.
The mental experience. There's a lot there.
And keeping in mind that the Thought Form saga is very much more to do with the mental realm than the physical one, whereas the OG JoJo is all about your fighting spirit and sort of it's your gusto, right? It's how much.
It's a dick measuring contest.
It's a dick measuring contest. Yeah.
And this is a chess game.
Right.
It's
right.
Yeah. One's sports, one's strategy. Like that's
sport v strategy.
Yeah. It's not to say that there aren't strategies in sports. It's just that it is
jock v nerd.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe it's more like that. That's really like boiling JoJo, the original JoJo, down like to an unfair, I think, degree, because obviously there's a lot of like strategy involved.
I'm not saying there's not strategy involved. There's strategy involved in things like
sportagy.
Things like basketball, right? Yeah. Like you gotta fucking...
Yeah, but I wish that there was maybe more stand fights in the OG JoJos that were like a game of catch.
Yeah, game of catch, card game, a video game, some sort of thing to take bets on.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe we might see more of that.
Maybe. Who knows? When did the idea for Saint of Mistakes come in? Doing a rewatch, reread, and noticing a ton of details pointing to it fairly early on.
Fairly early. At the earliest, you'll see that start to turn around, I think, chapter 11-ish. Right? That's the...
I think chapter 11, it was already solidified.
It was already solidified. Before that, we had come up with the idea, but we didn't... I had come up with the idea. You were like, Cody, no.
So...
Not more.
Specifically, it was you decided that you were going to go ahead and characterize Marigold. Like, Jazz was... I don't remember early on if Jazz having a grandmother who was a Prohibition agent was an early idea. I remember you telling me about it first in chapter 2 when you were writing it.
Yeah. Did I mention that I wanted to expand on that? Or it was just...
It was just the... because of the wine. I'm like, and, you know, I need to know where the wine... You didn't have the whole idea of the wine being what Weird Science worked on yet.
I think half of the reason why I chose Prohibition Agent is because it was just it started out as just an observational joke. It's like Jasmine is going to be up against La Cantina, and she had a Prohibition era grandparent that she looked up to.
Yeah,
that was her idol. Right?
Yeah,
and that sort of just grew.
And so that's bare minimum all it was at first, and then taking I use Marigold Sky for the ending, and Marigold Sky sounds like a real name, so Marigold Sky is the grandmother who was a Prohibition agent. And at some point from that idea, he was like, well, what was she like as a Prohibition agent? Wouldn't it be interesting if... And eventually he came up with the idea for Saint of Mistakes, and he comes to me, and I'm just like, Cody, I fucking hate you. Because, I didn't want the lighted stage to be more than the lighted stage. Because, he's got other work that he wants to do, right?
Yeah,
his original work, and this is a fan project.
I can't sell and get paid.
Don't tell me. Don't sit here and characterize me like Kato.
No, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not putting those words in your mouth. Those are my words. I can't make money off of fan work.
So my whole thing was I just wanted him to be able to get back to his work. This was kind of a bridge back into his normal creativity. And he comes to me with this idea for a Prohibition era story, and I'm sitting here
my favorite era in history. I can't say no.
It's literally my favorite era of history. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, I hate you because now I have to be on board. Morgan hears the pitch, sighs, then reappears with something heavy in their hands. That's about right, yeah.
Bam.
So yeah, it came about shortly after chapter 2, but by chapter 11 it was guaranteed.
For sure. Somewhere in between, the kernels started hatching, and the kernels hatch. The eggs started hatching, the kernels started popping. Mixing my metaphors, I guess. Anyway. Originally, the narrator was not meant to be Jack.
Yeah.
It was only after I delved into that idea. Well, what if I expand on these characters? And what if I make a part 0 featuring Jack and Marigold?
And without getting into too many spoilers that will come up in Saint of Mistakes, Jack becoming the narrator.
There's some significance to that.
Yeah.
How did that even happen? How is he outside of reality?
He is not in control of the story, but he is actively speaking to us, the audience, to you, the audience, and that is the shift at the end in the epilogue isn't just there to be cheeky. He is speaking to us.
Directly to, not me and Morgan, to you.
To you. And
you.
It's something to think about. We've been...
May Jack rest in peace.
I've been very... what's the word I want to say? Pushy in the server. I'm trying not to be too pushy, but there is a lot of analysis that y'all are missing out on in that final chapter. That I'm just think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, like you said, maybe a little too pushy, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I don't believe everyone's going to be able to get it just yet.
It's not like it's necessary to understand or enjoy the story.
No, because I will make sure that it is gettable at a certain point.
Yeah. But it is one of those,
understandable, comprehensible.
Watching the crumbs just lay there on the ground. I'm like, it's right there. Pick it up. Pick it up.
It's like our chat, our audience is a dog, and it's like we just dropped a piece of hot dog on the floor. It's like, it's right there. Go eat it. I'm not gonna eat it.
That's your hot dog now.
That's your hot dog.
Just urging people to be media literate to the max. There's also just a visual that I'm still waiting on an acknowledgement of. and one of the new art assets, because I designed that one, and I'm like, oh, was it not clear enough?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, did I do a bad job?
Could you imagine, can you figure out what the one design thing that Morgan did in the final chapter might be? I don't know. There's a clue.
For future parts, are you still thinking of commissioning music artists for the main character's theme?
I still am. That's still a smidge away. We're not ready to get fully started on that yet.
For the uninitiated, one of the things that the big saga trailer that Cody put out is it doesn't spoil. It's not even a spoiler because confirmed. Cody is making a special chapter for the Lighted Stage that is also a prequel to the Lighted Stage, but it is a La Cantina spin-off, essentially.
I'm calling it a bonus chapter.
Chapter.
It's an omake, a gaiden. It's the Lighted Stage gaiden. Bottom shelf is what it's called. And it's going to focus on two characters that we've seen before as the sort of central to the story, and their initiation into La Cantina and what it means.
Yeah.
And the Discord knows who it is, so I can say
we've said as much.
It's going to be Crow and Beefeater.
Yeah.
We're going to see more Crow and Beefeater.
Yep.
And how they get wrapped into everything.
Yep. It's going to be the origin story of Edward Money and Abacus Finch.
Edward Newton Money III.
Sorry, I didn't give enough respect to his name.
Edward Newton Money III.
But because of that, probably not thinking about music commissions yet.
Just yet. But I would like to commission, and I mean, I have someone in mind. I don't want to mention who it is because I don't want people to necessarily tag them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll keep it quiet for now. But I have someone in mind that I like the work of, and you know, maybe we commission them for just one track, like just the theme for Santa Mistakes.
Yeah.
That will play, because you know how that at the end.
Yeah.
For like, I ideally wanted like some complete version of like a jasmine track that like has all of that. But I settled on just using Heberist's Jolene's theme, and that's part of like the cold open. After the cold open, the title sequence. It's part of that, and then I spliced some other thing together for the next time.
Yeah.
Riff.
So something that's got it all in one.
Something that has all of that in one track that we can sort of use and split up and use in different elements of in different spots. But remains to be the theme of Santa Mistakes. One track. I'm hoping we can get that. But if we can't, it's whatever.
Smirnoff said it was one of 2 tests Weird Science performed before he got Maxwell's Silver Hammer. What happened to the second one? Was it... I don't think he specified that it was performed before he got Maxwell's Silver Hammer. I think I think you're referring to Smirnoff talking about it was one of 2 tests that Weird Science performed in its stand development. The two tests were Weird Science himself and then Smirnoff. Weird Science injected himself with his compound.
After he injected Smirnoff.
Right after he injected Smirnoff? I thought he got his stand first.
The entire point of Smirnoff was to be a clone, so that he could test Gypsy Eyes on the clone first, so that he knew it was safe to then inject himself.
Yes, sorry. I'm mixing up all of my fucking... Yeah, no, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
That's a better way to describe what I was getting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either
I thought
way...
you were mixing it up.
I kind of was, but, like, for different reasons. Okay. But yes. The 2 experiments were Weird Science and Smirnoff. Oh, we've got a first-time chat on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever learn why Marigold just had her stand summoned in the middle of the house before Jasmine got there?
So Marigold has had her stand for a long, long time. They are very much in simpatico, and it is a long-range stand that can exist. It's slightly more sentient than other stands. So it acts almost spontaneously to protect her. She wasn't necessarily aware that it was standing guard, but something upset her stand. And you can guess what it is, the watchtower.
I was gonna say, was it the fact that it sensed another stand? Was it the fact that it knew somebody had placed something on the door outside? It's...
one or the other.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was sort of just standing guard. It can just do that.
Yeah, and the other thing to remember is Marigold has operated her basically whole life. We haven't explained how she gets her stand yet.
True.
But she has lived with her stand
For at least, we presume, 40 years?
Yeah, for at the very least, as long as that photo happened.
Yeah.
And she's not encountered a lot of stand users in those 40 years.
That's
so
true.
it's really easy to just sort of walk around with your stand out.
Stand out.
You know when you're like living by yourself for a long time and you forget that you probably should actually get dressed.
Put some
when you
clothes
have
on,
some
not walk around the apartment naked.
Yeah. So,
That's the stand version of walking around the apartment naked because you live by yourself.
yup.
Let's just say it's that. Yeah.
Did I get that right?
We got a question?
Well, I'm just fucking a mess right now, that's all. Will we get a chapter doodle for Bottom Shelf?
We might. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Probably. Once I write it, I'll probably want to do some doodles.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll spoil some designs. There's one design that you are specifically holding off.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll see what I want to reveal.
Maybe you can be more vague in your doodles going forward. That'd be cool. Sorry.
To be honest, it hasn't really helped too many people get clued into exactly what happens.
I always assumed she was just using Honeysuckle Rose to watch Jazz come in, so Honeysuckle Rose would notify her when Jazz arrives. I mean,
You
yeah, that's
stand post.
that's probably part of what happened. Is she's like, go walk around the house. Tell me when Jazz gets here.
And then some rustling happened at the door,
Yeah.
and Honeysuckle Rose was ready to whoop some ass if anyone stepped in.
Are there any characters other than Dior that are homophobic?
Homophobic.
Jaeger.
Jaeger is.
Jaeger is out here fucking flirting because he recognizes that it'll work, and then getting really fucking put off when it actually worked.
Rest in peace, Jaeger.
It's like, dipshit. Don't play with a gay man's heart like that. Jaeger, definitely. I figured Calvin.
Like, Jaeger's not a piece of shit.
No!
But he's definitely homophobic to a degree.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
come
the
on.
thing, too. This is the
It's
1960s.
the 1960s. Look at him.
He will absolutely protect your right to make him uncomfortable, but he's not
But he's still
thrilled about it.
He's still uncomfortable.
Yeah.
With the idea of two dudes kissing.
Yeah.
Like, I know you guys want him to be totally gay. He's not a gay cowboy. He can be in your heart. But in canon, he's not.
Jaeger is a queer baiter.
A little bit. That was the point. That was the point of his intro chapter. It was like rage baiting, but queer baiting instead.
No, literally. That is what he did.
Yeah. He weaponized queer baiting. He's a conservative cowboy from Texas. He grew up in a trailer.
Yeah. It's the 1960s. There are
It's the 1960s.
a lot of people who are homophobic.
And to point out, in the late 60s, straight men dressed
like gay men.
like gay men.
That was just the fashion of the time.
Everyone wore ascots, even straight dudes, especially straight dudes. When you look back, yeah, they look super gay.
Yeah.
But that was just the style at the time.
Hell, jazz was kind of homophobic. A lot of internalized homophobia.
Oh yeah, no. Jazz was trained by the fucking CIA.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
She had some stuff to overcome. She had some deprogramming to do. That's the word. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, I think it's kind of funny that they just left a note. It is rather intimidating, but also imagine a shadow government agent penning an upsetting letter on your door.
Maybe they hired like a Uber guy to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got no idea who would have actually done that.
Yeah.
The finale was great, but it felt more like a victory lap than a final boss. Possum Kingdom couldn't really do anything to Jazz, and she was dunking on Weston like it's part 2. Was that intentional?
Yes.
Yep.
It was absolutely. I actually described it many times to Morgan that this is just meant to be like a victory lap.
Yep. The actual end to Weston was his stand turning on him.
The idea of his entire worldview not holding up to Jasmine's sheer tyranny of will. And it sort of collapses like a house of cards. And, it's just sort of revealed how pathetic and insecure and weak Weston truly was deep down. And that was intentional. I definitely wanted to get that across. He was a spoiled rich boy that couldn't handle the real world. He saw it firsthand and it broke him. And ever since then, he's just sort of been trying to take everyone down with him. And then Jasmine stood up and said, no. And that's it. He folded and he died.
Yep.
That was kind of the intention.
Yeah.
He's kind of a bitch. He's not supposed to be this, like, menacing villain that you're going to, like, remember as being like, oh, he was such a badass. No, I want you to remember Weston as a sniveling little bitch. And that's fully intentional.
Yeah. Before Possum Kingdom was truly conceived of, the conclusion to his fight was always going, like, the way Weston was going to die was always going to be that his camera turned on him. That he was going to get captured by moving pictures.
And that could have been just as legitimate an ending as any.
Yeah.
But I thought, like, but.
So, like, everyone who got really upset when that was like, oh, it happened too fast. It's like, it only happened, like, too fast because Possum Kingdom was going to happen.
Yeah.
But had that actually been the full conclusion, you probably would have ended up having a little bit more of a fight happen with Maid of Stars against Weston before he ultimately did die that way. But that was always going to be his end.
Yeah. When Maid of Stars came into existence, Weston just already lost the fight.
Nihilism versus pure hope. I mean, if you consider Jazz's perspective hopeful,
I don't see Jazz as embodying hope. Though.
No, I don't either. Jazz is the other end of, like, nihilism, because, right, like, nihilism has two perspectives.
Right.
There is nothing matters, and we should, like, everything's terrible because nothing matters, and then there's nothing matters and I've accepted that. Right. And
there is no inherent meaning, but I can still ascribe meaning and find value in those things. And that's more Jasmine's angle. Yeah. I'd like to say it's less hope and more fucking whatever. What else What else am I gonna do? Die.
I would say will.
Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopelessness versus will. Resolve. Resilience. But, that's optimistic nihilism versus cynical nihilism. I don't even know if it's optimistic. I think it's just realistic. It is, it is Jasmine going, yeah, you're right. And?
That doesn't mean anything, though.
Weston is really bad at improv.
Right. It's like there is no meaning to life inherently. So what?
Yeah.
You're it doesn't necessarily imply the conclusion that you're drawing. It doesn't imply anything.
Yeah.
You forgot that, asshole.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point.
Yeah. So that's kind of where that goes. Alexa would mock me relentlessly if I allowed pity to rule my actions. Yeah. Weston's soldier flashback when people's stands were attacking their users, was Weston spared because his stand was bound to a camera?
Essentially, yeah. His camera wasn't sentient. It wasn't like a physical punch ghost that could do him any harm because he was in control of the power. Even going through his 3 days grace, his power was still... It was there waiting. Yeah. At the press of a button, and that's it. Yeah, that's sort of why he survived. Yep. The way he did. He got lucky to awaken to that power, and then he could use that power to snap everyone away. Yeah. It was that easy.
The other thing to remember about that Vietnam flashback is it's not just a bunch of people attacking each other and their stands turning on them and all of that. They also have weapons.
They have weapons.
They're
they were
soldiers also shooting each other
in the middle of war, so they already had this killer mindset. Killer be killed. Weston was there to just observe, and he stayed in that perspective the entire time. He was never part of like that fray. Yeah. He was always sort of removed from it. Yeah. So when he awoke, he remained removed from it, and he could,
Yeah, bro was already there on the ground with the dead bodies, and he managed to also get lucky that nobody shot or stepped on him or anything like that. It's because they were off in their little battle with each other and their stands, and so it was just chaos, and he got lucky. You said that the La Cantina members got their clothes from Beefeater, and I really want to see the La Cantina members describe the outfits they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I suppose I would say maybe half of it is Beefeater pulling it from thin air, and the other half could be also Beefeater just providing the funding.
Yeah, you go shopping. Here's money.
Because funding was being withheld. Spoilers. Small little thing. Funding at this time for Weird Science's Gypsy Eyes experiments was being withheld. And the only person able to fund the experiments was Beefeater. Once Beefeater kind of went, then it was desperation. We got to finish the Gypsy Eyes project. So yeah, a lot of the cash that they were using to just buy their outfits was just supplied by Beefeater.
Don't want to get too much into Beefeater lore, because
that will come up. In Bottom Shelf.
Not just Bottom Shelf.
True.
I had seen someone ask something along the lines of, and I thought I copied the question and I can't find it anymore in my document. But I thought I had seen someone ask what everyone's favorite candy was.
Something like that. All the La Cantina members' favorite candy. Yeah. Or desserts. What would you think the Maison team's favorite dessert / candy would be, including Calvin? Okay, Maison teams. And I don't necessarily have an answer for that. I have an answer for Mina. We've definitely answered that. Yeah. We do have in the Discord a data book that has, favorites, food and drink, and we could read through that a little bit.
Sure. I don't know how you wanted to do something like that.
Whoops. I don't either. So we've got, Jasmine. Ooh, scroll all the way up. Jasmine has a favorite food, Italian beef sandwiches, which are very popular in Chicago.
Jazz is very much a meat carnivore eater.
A carnivore.
She
has the
specifically
carnivore
eats
diet.
carnivores.
And favorite drink would be dirty martini. And Alexa, it's what is it called? Kulaja?
Yes, the mushroom soup.
Mushroom soup. And drink of choice, Bloody Marys. Theodore, drink of choice, cranberry champagne. Favorite food, shepherd's pie. Mina Moore, favorite food, strawberry shortcake. That's her dessert.
That's her dessert.
Which is canon, you see it. Favorite drink of choice is a banana milkshake.
Yeah.
Eloise, a salade de ile with a white wine spritzer.
Which sounds amazing in the heat, I will say.
Mediterranean salad from France. Sunny is just baskets upon baskets of tangerines for food. And her drink of choice is a mimosa, extra OJ. She's a very
orange
vitamin C girl.
She is going to have the absolute worst acid reflux as an older woman.
Maybe.
Because she cannot put down the citrus.
Weston, his favorite food is a cod and lobster platter.
I don't know if it's my connection or not, but YouTube keeps disconnecting me from chat.
That's
just as a heads up.
Horrible. Drink of choice is water with lemon.
Yes.
Ashton Upman, favorite food, seared scallops with brown butter. Drink of choice, scotch neat. Dior, favorite food, braised balsamic lamb chop. Woosha. Drink of choice is just brandy. And then Duffy, favorite food, steak and eggs. Drink of choice, White Russian. And that's them.
Eloise's favorite dessert is sherbet.
Sherbet.
She would like a sorbet, though.
A sorbet.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever happened to Hall & Oates?
Hall & Oates is literally living
on Mina's farm.
On Mina's farm.
With her family.
Yeah. Her brothers and her dad probably rides to help herd the cattle. Mm-hmm. Alongside their dog, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or many dogs.
Maybe many dogs. But yeah, they've got their own ranch.
It's a cattle farm.
Yeah.
So it's specifically for milk production.
What do you think? Maison's favorite dirt. That's the one. Does the guy in Jaeger's flashback have a canon name and stand name? Oh, the guy he watches get attacked by his own stand? No, I don't think you ever... When Jaeger gets brought in, and he gets his stand.
Oh,
there's a random dude beside him.
There's a random guy with a random stand going berserk.
Yeah.
No name, no ideas or anything. It's just sort of faceless.
He can be your fan character.
He can be your fan character if you so choose. Headcanon yourself a person, and sure.
Yeah. I audibly pogged at the Crimson Jungle reference.
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone else survive the awakening besides Optics and Weston in Vietnam? It's possible. But just like Angus's terrarium, things happen. Like, if they survived, they ended up in Weird Science's hand, and if they ended up in Weird Science's hand, well...
Not good.
Yeah. Did Beefeater also supply the money to buy Hall & Oates, or did he have it beforehand? No! Hall & Oates came with Jaeger.
Yeah, Hall & Oates came with Jaeger. Hall & Oates, when Jaeger was a Texas Ranger, that was his personal little horsey.
Yay.
That was just Jaeger's horse.
Yeah, if any of you have been to a previous stream, I do believe we did talk about what will never end up getting done, just because, like...
There's so much.
Do you know how many fucking ideas we had for this series, man?
Stupid. It's stupid crazy.
We did toy with a Hall & Oates special where it would be like a homeward bound style story of Hall & Oates tracking Yeager from Texas and the assassination of JFK to San Francisco to rejoin him in...
So, canonically, Hall & Oates does, I think, show up that way. Like
that's what happened, is
how
Hall & Oates found him.
Yeah, had to use the tracking skills that she observed of her master, of Yeager.
A la Splinter.
And just followed the trail back to, well, not back to, but just followed the trail to Yeager, who was being held in Alcatraz, San Francisco.
Does Hall & Oates have a stand? No.
Nope.
I honestly wonder if Weird Science ever thought of giving animals stands.
That's a good question. I don't know. There's some things
he's
that I don't know.
He's such a bad scientist. I almost feel like it wouldn't occur to him.
Too stupid. They are too stupid to develop a stand.
Yeah, and it's like, meanwhile, you're injecting a fucking zygote. Like, what the fuck, dude? Smirnoff felt like an evil Alexa with a Russian name and summoning stuff from their mind. Strongest sci-fi theming of the cast, etc. Was that intentional? No, not quite. Originally, I was thinking, because I decided Smirnoff Ice, Smirnoff, that's Russian. Maybe Smirnoff originated as a, like, Russian, like, on the front lines, and was captured by, the German Nazi scientists. That is Weird Science. But I eventually decided against that, and then we inevitably decided, almost last minute actually, that... Very last minute.
That, no, you know what? Smirnoff is actually a clone.
Yeah, so it was first all of that, then very last minute, Smirnoff is actually a clone, and then even more last minute, literally, like, the chapter where we really get to, not the post credits, but the first actual scene of Smirnoff. By that point, it was Smirnoff intends to be the successor of Weird Science.
Yeah,
because
that was not the original plan.
That idea came up literally in those chapters. So the original lineup, the other things that changed over the course of production is the actual, like, order of certain fights.
Yeah.
So in the raid on Alcatraz, it was originally going to be Theo versus Angus, then Smirnoff, Sonny, and Eloise, and then Calvin and Weird Science. Is that right? Peace of Mind was always going to be first.
Peace of Mind was always going to be first. Yeah. I don't fully remember.
But we had to swap.
I know Calvin was meant to be before, originally, and then Smirnoff. But we had to swap those two.
Yes. No, it was Calvin. Weird Science had to die first. And then we went into Smirnoff.
Yes, right. So it was the inverse.
Yes.
Right.
Because of the development of, wait, Smirnoff is the successor, so that when we kill off Weird Science, everyone kind of... Because the biggest problem with the lighted stage, aside from early on, not enough, like, thought was put in, the biggest problem has always been Cody decided to introduce Weird Science, a stand user who made the compound that gives people stands, who is, like, major villain material, like main overarching villain material. He made Weird Science this really big, important guy.
The audience I found had a lot of expectations for Weird Science, and I was thinking all along the way that I was like, oh, they might be disappointed with the way that I intend Weird Science to go down.
Yep. And so we needed to, when he was definitively killed, because he was always supposed to die to Calvin,
really deflate his importance. And I think another thing that helped do that was also to introduce the idea of somebody above weird science, the Watchtower.
Yes.
And that really, shrunk his importance.
And the thing is, the Watchtower is what I always thought weird science was kind of going to be. Not in the sense of like the overarching villain, but this shadowy antagonist force that's really not going to impact things until it appears and then it's gone again.
Right. Well, originally, yes, I did have... I actually did have somebody, not a full character, just the idea of characters above weird science. He was always following other people's orders and trying to...
Not in the beginning. It took a minute before you came up with that.
That was just the kernel of the thought that was in my head that I never fully materialized. But it was there.
Okay, sure.
Uh-huh. What do we got?
No, you were still talking.
No, that's pretty much it.
Oh my god, okay.
That was pretty much it.
Hall & Oates was a human detective turned into a horse. If Hall & Oates had a stand, would it be called No Name? No.
A horse with no name. Haha. Har har. I don't know what it would be.
I had an idea and I lost it.
Oh.
Are bloodline awakenings a thing in thought form? I'm gonna assume you mean if you double dose a natural born stand user, has anyone ever survived, or will anyone survive?
No,
Is that the question?
That's not the question.
Okay, then I don't
think back to the original JoJo and how when
Bloodline Awakenings is
Jonathan's body was pierced by the arrow, and then it rippled through the rest of the bloodline.
No.
That is not happening.
No. No.
So, one of the things I really wanted to make sure was important, and I'm sort of undercutting this by making the next part be about Jasmine's grandpa, was I don't necessarily want each JoJo to be a descendant of the last, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want this bloodline, this lineage that we follow. It's people bearing a torch and passing it on to someone else, and they're not necessarily linked the way that you would think traditionally in JoJo.
Yeah.
I'm sort of undercutting that, unfortunately, with this whole Jack thing, but really, it's not... They're not involved in the same battles, the same stand battles, the same overarching.
So, I think one of the things that you're kind of glossing over.
Yeah.
The way stands in the Thought Form saga operate, they're not just not bloodline related. They are... when you psychologically obtain a certain level of
insight,
you have eyes on the inside.
You have eyes on the inside,
right? Once you achieve that, you develop a stand. Just because you're born into a family does not mean that you are going to be a stand user in this universe, because that's not how stands work.
What I still want to point out is that the fact that Jasmine and Jack are JoJos and protagonists is actually more incidental.
Yes.
And doesn't... The fact that Jazz is a protagonist has nothing to do with the fact that Jack is her grandpa.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
And you'll eventually understand what that even looks like.
Yeah.
Once Saint of Mistakes is out, and once the entire saga's over, you'll kind of...
It feels sloppy, but it's not. It could be cleaner, but... at the same time, I'm telling it this way. It's fine.
The other thing, similar to how in this universe, that's just not how this works. So, in Araki's JoJos, right? Yes. Your JoJos are just your JoJos because they have the name JoJo, right? And you're doing a little bit of a twist on that. Because not every JoJo is a Joestar.
Correct. In that sense.
Yes. And so Do you want to bring up actually the like qualifications on what makes a Joestar? Because that we have shared that, so we might as well share it here too.
Let's see if I can just like screen cap that and then throw it up here while I read it.
Yeah.
So let me do that. So let me log in here. TLS. Where's my info doc?
Because JoJo is a nickname, right? And being a Joestar, a Joestar is from the Joestar unit, whatever unit that they are in. There are lots of Joestars at the beginning, but there's only one Joestar that survives. And that's the JoJo. So we'll have Joestars, and we will have survivors.
Let me read this real quick before I throw it up, because I want to make sure.
I'm pretty sure
there's no spoilers
there
here.
There are no spoilers.
Okay. Sorry, that's all me. Hi, I'm from Russia.
Yeah, I'm timing that out.
Is that
it looks like a bot.
Yeah, that's weird. Clip that,
Okay.
then save it.
Sorry about that, guys.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
The Joestar spirit. In order to be considered a Joestar by the Watchtower and the overall Thoughtform saga, a character must match 3 critical traits exemplified by Jonathan Joestar. Some characters bear only some of these qualities and thus do not fall into the true Joestar category. The following are a list of qualities necessary for someone to be considered a true Joestar in the spirit of Jonathan. The flames of rebellion. Eyes that burn with fire and determination. Those who bear the burning spirit of rebellion in their hearts will have eyes that shine, a window through which that fire leaps. This is the Thoughtform Saga's spin on dark determination. The name. Our names are written in the stars. Destiny and fate conspire to create a Joestar. One requirement is that there must be some way for your name to take on the JoJo format, either by a nickname or by the combination of any repetitive Jo sound in one's birth name. And the star. Jonathan had this by birth, but since he did not pass on his genes to a new generation, the birthmark of a star does not linger or grace anyone's neck. Instead, members of the Joestar unit mark themselves in honor of Jonathan, unknowingly playing a part in a cosmic dance. And that's it. It's sort of... Yeah, again, I really want to stress the unknowingly play a part.
Yes. So that kind of contributes to, it's not just that Jack and Jasmine are related. They just happen to be involved in the same fucking shit.
It's not necessarily a Watchtower term, but the Watchtower, I guess you could consider them a sort of... They're trying to squash the idea of Joestars coming up to threaten them, right?
Yeah.
And that sort of explains I kind of glossed over it, but in Calvin's explanation to Jasmine, it's that the Watchtower created the estate to see if anyone who would be coming up in the ranks would be able to exemplify the same traits of Jonathan and have to become like true Joestars in that sense. And they wanted to squash them.
Yes.
Which is why Jasmine was sent on a suicide mission.
Because she has these qualities and has the potential to be a true Joestar. And so their goal is to eradicate these people. They are looking to put out this spirit of survival, essentially.
They're trying to quench the flames of rebellion.
Yes.
To put out that eternal flame.
Yes. So that's that's the long and short of that.
Yeah.
Just want to say, you guys inspired me to make my own JoJo fan part in Vietnam.
The third one.
Yeah, there are lots.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Vietnam was also very long, so that's like a long period of time to begin
That's true.
with. Will we see stand users in the future? Animal stand users.
Animal stand users.
fucking
I have
missed that word entirely.
I have indeed confirmed at least.
Two.
Did I confirm two?
Confirmed.
There's going to be at least two animal stand users.
Yes.
In the future. So look forward to that.
Yeah. I don't know if
Yeah,
anybody's going to be thrilled with those animal stand users personally,
20-year
but
war. Yeah.
yes.
But yeah, no, they're probably not. But who cares?
Yeah.
Fucking, who cares? Suck it up. Like it.
It's going to be
Suck it down.
one of those like haha losers.
You got excited for that?
Oh my god. Everything is going wrong! Okay. Apologies if this has been asked before, but as a Rush fan myself, what made you go with Rush for Limelight, Clockwork Angels, and Clockwork Angels, and Moving Pictures?
So, real quick, let me grab something from the Discord. FAQ, can I find it? The basics? Is it going to be in the basics? Maybe not. So this all stored. I can't talk right now. I can't find it. But
it's literally in the FAQ.
It is, but
it's
I'm
a lot
looking
to
for.
go through, yeah.
I'm looking for an image of what started this all. So Morgan had a photography job, and there was this one really cool image that Morgan took of themselves while they were working around the auction house that they worked at. And so this really cool image, I was like, this is like stand coded, this is so aura. And I said, moving pictures. This is moving pictures. So I developed a small little concept around that. And that eventually became the lighted stage.
Yeah.
So moving pictures was conceptualized first. So the villain stand was thought of first. And so I thought, well, what's a good counter to this villain stand, right? That can capture light. What if the main character
There's light.
What if the main character is light? So, and I'm like, light, moving pictures. Limelight? Because Rush.
Yeah,
Rush is on the album,
so.
Moving Pictures.
Yeah.
Rush is on the album. Limelight is on the album, Moving Pictures. I just did a millpool.
I got you.
Yeah. Limelight is on Moving Pictures. So I'm like, yeah, it's perfect, fine.
Yeah.
They share the reference, and it's like, that's cool. Villain and main character and MV. MC and MVs share the reference.
And then Clockwork Angels.
Oh, that was a later edition.
That was a much later edition because that was never a part of the original plan. Reprises, remix. The only thing that was ever planned was remix.
Right.
Because, unfortunately, Alexa was always going to die.
That was always the plan.
That was the arc, right? It's serial killer Weston. Weston kills Alexa. Alexa's private eyes merge with Limelight and make Made of Stars. Like, that was the...
I can find the original image of that. And it features a really early Jasmine design that
my favorite design.
That did not become the finalized version of Jasmine. So let me find that real quick. That is actually easily accessible. Boom.
Dang, poor Alexa. Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you can see Jasmine had this white dress at first, and this was the original design that I had. It was a white dress, and she had this sort of sun-kissed face and like wispy hair. She had all these freckles, and it's like it's cute. It's cute. I do like the dress still.
I love the dress. It's my favorite part of the design. I like the hair too, but the dress is the thing. Goggles is Jazz's best. Jazz.
They all had goggles.
Jazz was always.
I mean, they always did.
These looked less like goggles and more like sunglasses.
Well, they were always meant to be sunglasses.
Yeah.
They're just big, clunky sunglasses, because big and clunky was in. She should have the goggles. She has the goggles. What do you mean? She hasn't. It's never changed. I just draw it maybe differently, but maybe not. Clunk. I'm deleting. There we go. Yeah.
If this has been asked before, yeah. So we just described all of that. Clockwork Angels not being a thing for the longest time. Clockwork Angels came about in the attempt to solve the time loop that is optics, because so that is another contribution I kind of started.
I never had a starting point for optics. I sort of just left it up to, it's just a weird timey-wimey thing.
Yeah, Cody never had an explanation for how optics got his stand.
Nope.
He had no idea, like, how optics could have been a stalker in Jazz's childhood.
Aside from his stands ability.
Aside from his stands ability. But you didn't have how his stand ability worked yet. You just knew it went back in time. It was the push I had made to foggy memory being the start. And because a memory is foggy, then going back in Jazz's timeline.
Right. You pushed the limitation.
Yes.
Which helped really focus the ability a lot more.
Yeah.
Before it was, I can slip myself into your past. Mm-hmm. A la Book of the End from Bleach.
Right. Sorry. Phrasing myself bad.
It's okay.
But because of that, that was kind of like the extent of Cody's explanation for Dreamweaver. Mm-hmm. And so I took that and the refined limitations, and that's when the backstory with Vietnam and Optics and Weston having met before, that's how that started.
There was one idea that we were kicking around that we very quickly discarded.
Yes.
In that, in order to bolster thought form as a thing, it's like, well, what if Jasmine actually thought formed from her nightmares?
Yeah.
Optics into existence.
Her paranoia created Optics,
but
like
we didn't
thought form stand. And
we didn't want to have like a
you made your own boogeyman.
We didn't want to do that because it's like, it's kind of victim blaming.
Yeah.
And that's just not something we wanted to say. So we nixed that idea. As like interesting as it might have been to explore, it would say the wrong thing.
Yeah. So that got canned.
Yeah.
And instead it became the
idea of the reprise.
The reprise
was born. Because before, the reprise was not born. Mm-hmm. When I started the lighted stage, I only had remixes in mind, and I didn't have a reprise as a thing.
Yeah.
It was coming up with the Clockwork Angels fix for optics, that we inevitably created reprise.
Because the other thing was the double dose being fatal. It was just always going to be fatal.
Yeah.
There was nothing else.
It was an explanation for, well, if you drink it twice, then you die.
Yeah.
So, Weston, did you drink it twice? Did you drink at the party? And whoever says, of course I drank at the party, they couldn't be the Square Biz Killer, because if they drank twice, then they are dead. Then
they would be dead, because that was how everything was supposed to, like, that was the linchpin, right? So I took, and I'm like, well, what if you can survive? What if when you are being dosed, when you're taking that second dose, it's your stand attacking you, turning on you? Because this was a Persona 3 influence.
Right.
Was me looking at the way, I forget what it was called, the disease that they get where their persona start choking them out in the real world. And so I was like, what if that's what's happening? And so a reprise is the result of being able to survive it. Because when you came up with Remix, you didn't know anything about Persona 3.
No.
Because when you came up with Made of Stars, I saw that, especially that picture, and I was like, this is just Junpei and Chidori in Persona 3.
Okay.
Chidori dies, and her persona fuses with Junpei's.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I decided to take that, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll do the other half of it.
We can do reprise.
And that's how reprise. Yeah. So Cody's not the only one who takes in Persona for the JoJo universe.
JoJo's our JoJo thought form saga is very Persona. It's JoJo.
It's JoJo, but it's
also
Persona.
And it's also Bleach.
Okay, so they are JoJo's, but not all JoJo's in this universe are related. In this particular case, it's just by coincidence. Yes. Have you ever had to tone down a stand because it was too powerful, either physically or by abilities?
I mean, we needed Jasmine to have this really strong weakness to her light being refracted, and that being what highly limits her stand, because otherwise turning into light is fucking OP. Yeah. Like, that's insanely powerful. So it's this sort of rapid deceleration thing too whenever she gets ripped out, and like maybe she doesn't go full light speed all the time, she ramps it down, because like if she gets sucked out of light speed, she just would turn into slush and die instantly.
Yeah.
So there's like this, she doesn't go all out. She can't go all out, because if she goes all out and she gets sucked out of her transformed state, she's dead. So Jasmine has this massive handicap.
Yeah.
But I don't think any other stand we intentionally reduced the power of.
Okay, I couldn't tell that was the end of the sentence.
I'm still thinking. Like, is there any? I can't think, unless you've got any thoughts.
I mean, nothing that was toned down, no.
Yeah.
Hi, Lynn. I hope you're doing a little bit better right now.
Yeah.
Morgan being inspired by Persona. I'm shocked. Well, not that shocked. Yeah, right? Don't know if this is a spoiler, but what will the sort of philosophy for the MC-MV dichotomy carry as we continue through the saga? Definitely spoilers.
Definitely spoilers. It's not going to be repetitive. I can guarantee you that. I mean, there is this sort of theme of accountability that's kind of spread throughout, and like our place in the universe, our place on this planet, and how we live with each other.
There is an overall existential philosophy.
But everyone's going to come from a different angle and say something different.
About entirely different things. Other than
things.
Just the human experience.
Yeah. I think that's as much as we can say for that.
Other than that, if you want hints, if you want to maybe get teased, go and listen as carefully as you possibly can and try and decode the messages in between the parts in the radio static of the trailer.
The Thought Form Saga trailer, in between where the little dial scrolls into the next part icon, there's going to be radio static. There's it's not just gobbledygook. Yep. There's actual dialogue and words there, spoken by
the main villain.
The main villains of each part, highlighting the ethos.
Yes.
That they have. So go and pick that out if you can.
Yeah.
It's still garbled and it's hard to.
And it's very hard to parse. You really can't parse it without knowing
what they're already saying.
Yeah.
But you can try.
Yeah. You can pick out certain words, but you kind of very rarely get the full sentence. From what I'm seeing other people pick out in their guesses. Humanity. Is that visible?
A little bit.
Humanity imagining a world where we live in a time of goodness. Reference. Yeah, that's not entirely wrong.
I don't know what that's a reference to.
I don't either, but it's not wrong.
Oh.
You two, if I recall, you two kinda came close to not revealing Wes as the Square Biz Killer. I remember 24 coming out and you saying, okay, no going back on the reveal now. It wasn't a really serious thing, I from the very beginning, I've always hated the fact that Cody just never cared that people knew.
Yeah.
About the Square Biz Killer.
I almost wanted to blow the load like really early.
Yeah.
Because like everyone fucking knows already.
I'm glad I was able to keep him on track and at the very least treat it like a murder mystery in the writing.
It's like maybe I can make it a fucking how done it instead of a who done it.
But I did also offer the alternative. I'm like, okay, but like the tone is really important, and you've already lost with what you're doing right now the sort of original theme. The theme is changing, and so you could change it. You could go back on this and just make it all Dior.
Yeah.
There was a way we could have made it work and be Dior, and then work on incorporating the theme in a completely different way.
Yeah, for a moment that was a possibility.
I
was very
were not
resistant.
very interested.
I was very resistant to it.
And I wasn't terribly keen on pushing it. But I would every now and then like throw out, this is always possible. When we'd get really frustrated writing what was going on right now, leading into the Western reveal, is like we'd get really frustrated, and I'd be like, well, it's always possible for us to change course right now. And it's like, nope. Gonna stick our nose to the grind more and stay the course.
Stay the course.
And that's kind of how that happened.
Indeed.
Will you reuse scrapped stand designs in future parts?
I don't think I have any scrapped designs that are useful. I really like to tailor designs specifically around the concept. In that way, the designs are very much more persona than they are
the
stands,
only time that something is designed from something that you've done before is Particle Man.
Oh yeah.
Particle Man's design comes from a stand that you gave our cat years ago. Called the Flaming Lips, shortened to T-Flips.
T-Flips, yeah.
But that stand design, it was just like, you know what, fuck it, it's Particle Man, the end. I don't have to do anything.
Because it was made of spears, and it's like, wait, you know what, that works for Particle Man. I like that.
It's like, I don't have to do any work. I already did this.
So I just repurposed that, and that was nice. That worked out pretty well. And everyone loves the design for Particle Man.
Yeah. Which is great. You didn't have to do much thought in that.
I had already done the thought.
Is Limelight Made of Stars getting extra eyes in its hair an intentional nod to Alexa's third eye, or is it just a happy coincidence?
Guys, so you know how Jasmine went around to every single victim and sucked them all, turned them to light and sucked that light back into Made of Stars? Their willpower combined with hers, they're now sort of, their spirit in a way is traveling with Made of Stars. Those eyes that you see, those extra eyes, are each one representative of the victims. So they are there, present with Jasmine as she is enacting revenge. Those eyes are meant to be them. Yeah.
It's not just thought-formed eyes or anything like that.
It's them. It's the victims.
Their will has been carried on and out through Jazz.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all stuck with Weston as the Square Biz Killer. Yeah.
But it's no, it's stated the eyes of every woman he ever took.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no worries.
It's okay. My brain's pretty fried too. I get it. It's. I was gonna say it's Friday. Thank God it's not. It's Thursday. But it's late in the week.
Was the song Pepper ever actually on the reference playlist
Pepper?
and it got scrapped, or did I hallucinate that because I listened to that song so much at the time?
Pepper? What the fuck is Pepper?
No, Pepper.
You might have dreamed that.
There was Tarzan Boy was on the list for the
Tarzan Boy
was a scrapped stand.
Tarzan Boy is a scrapped stand that I believe I have repurposed.
I think you're repurposing it, yeah.
No, I am repurposing it. I think I might have revealed it already, that I am repurposing that idea.
Yeah,
I've mentioned it in the Discord.
Yeah. And that's all we'll say.
Yeah.
Is the stand It won't come back as Tarzan Boy, though. It's getting renamed.
Yes. Tarzan Boy is a silly fucking name.
Yeah. Breakfast Machine was one you were thinking of, right?
Oh, that's staying.
Was it not in the lighted stage, though?
No.
Okay.
No. That's in a future part.
Because you had it in the list, I thought.
Oh, if it was in the list,
it was in the reference playlist.
If it was in the TLS reference playlist,
Yeah.
then it was there by mistake.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was meant to be in a future part.
So is Dior also in Made of Stars? No, because Jazz didn't
absorb
Jazz didn't release
Dior.
her.
Her picture just got
Yeah.
set on fire, essentially, with all the other pictures.
Did the other victims add additional power to the reprise?
No. They were just regular folks. Maybe if they had stands themselves, it would have... to the reprise, you mean the remix?
Yeah.
Do they mean the remix?
They mean the remix.
They mean the remix.
Yeah.
Did the other victims add power to the remix? They wouldn't necessarily. If they were stand users, then yeah, that might have really bolstered the remix into something insane. But that's not the case.
Yeah. What is the most niche or obscure music reference that will be in future parts? I think Red Vox is honestly probably the most obscure.
I suppose, and it's already there.
Yeah. There will be at least one Ginger Root reference, I think.
I think so. No, there's definitely one Ginger Root reference.
Yeah.
You guys know Ginger Root?
That's as like obscure as Cody's music tastes go, which is not that niche.
There's some stuff that Gen Zers might not really
there's a lot of stuff that Gen Zers aren't gonna know.
Aren't gonna get. That is probably baked into.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Amber Alert. That is probably baked into the consciousness of every single child in the 90s that saw certain infomercials of music CDs.
Ginger Root is a great, I would call it an indie project. Highly recommend.
Yeah, it's like a continuation of City Pop in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, you've probably heard of them because I talk about them a lot. Yeah, I can't think of anything. I think it's mostly just like...
Yeah, it's references that I think an older millennial or a millennial such as you would get that Gen Z might not get.
Yeah.
And in that sense, you guys might not.
Yeah, and that's what's hard to determine.
Yeah, that's
is like,
tricky.
Is that obscure? Like, or do you guys actually know, like, Lynyrd Skynyrd? Do you guys know ZZ Top? Or is that just something from our generation and it's actually obscure to you?
I think ZZ Top's big enough, right?
I thought so too, but there are people who didn't know ZZ Top, so I'm just
That's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, so it's just hard to tell whether or not what we call it obscure.
Right, because like I could sit here and start like naming things like, let me see, y'all know that?
Yeah.
But then I'd start spoiling the references that I want to keep more hidden because in future parts,
I absolutely knew ZZ Top and Lynyrd Skynyrd. I
have parents. Lol. Yes, good. Good. But in the future, you know how with the lighted stage, I had this playlist that had all the references that I was going to make. We're not doing that again.
Yeah.
We will have all the references, but they will get added to the playlist as they come up. As we go.
No more preview reveals.
Yeah.
You don't get to speculate.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people being like, when is Possum Kingdom going to show up? What is it going to be? Is it going to be Possum Kingdom? Is it going to be... That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I'm not that like livid about it, by the way. I'm just acting.
Is the Ginger Root reference to Loretta?
Loretta.
I want to ask in the next part, is Marigold the Joe Bro to Jack, or is it Skunk? That is spoilers.
Yeah.
I will say that while some character dynamics have already been figured out, none of you seem to understand this this set of characters. Especially Skunk. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I'm making sense to you?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, we haven't seen much of Skunk. We haven't seen much of Marigold anyway. So.
We haven't, but there are a lot of people who are extrapolating based on stand names and the photograph, and they're still not getting it. That's all.
You like being saucy.
I like being a dick.
We don't know what we don't know.
It is true.
What happened to that Mickey fellow?
I have a question, but what has already been answered already? If you repeat a question, it's no
it's
big
fine.
deal. We can,
We'll
hopefully we
mention it
can
and
summarize
say
it better.
It's been answered, and then we'll summarize it, and then we'll move on.
What happened to that Mickey fellow, the guy with dangerous toys? Maybe I missed what happened. Did he join in on that mission to Alcatraz?
He did.
He did. We got to see him die, actually.
He gave his life to save Calvin.
Yeah. It was chapter 26 or 27. 27.
I'm no good with
It's
numbers.
20. It's chapter 27. 28 is the stars.
Yeah.
The Joe Stars and Skunk fight. So, 27.
Before that,
If you want to go back and listen to it, and if you really want the lowdown, it was Fortunate Sons grabbed Mickey and threw him at Calvin, and they're like, "Hey, prove your
All right.
loyalty to weird science and kill
your
this man."
friend.
And Mickey had a panic attack, and so
He put the gun down. He's like, I can't do it.
the Fortunate Sons killed Mickey, and Mickey was a shield to make sure that Calvin got to survive.
Got to survive and was pushed down the hill to join Team JoJo.
Yeah.
Where he belonged the whole time.
29 is the skunk fight, so I think 28
then-
was
then-
where he died. Okay.
Then it should be 28.
Damn, I'm dumb. I was sitting here trying to count in my head, and I'm like,
I can't do that when it comes to numbers. I can't remember numbers very well.
yeah. Len. I wonder where I got the being a dick from. I can't imagine. I swear, I saw another question and then I lost it.
Oh no.
Oh no. Maybe don't ask spoilery questions if you haven't finished the series yet. I mean, that is the ideal here. But sometimes some people listen to things at like 2 times speed and are really surprised by not having caught details.
Oh, I guess you could finally see it on stream now. Part 4 is called Shores of Surrender. Yeah. Hi, Crow. But yeah, this is sort of meant to be a wrap-up in a way. So you probably should have finished watching the finale before asking questions here. Ooh. If you haven't finished the finale, that's okay. You don't have to be here.
I thought more people were gonna die, to be honest, but that's because my math sucked. I mean, our survivors are Jazz, Mina, Theo, Sunny.
That's it. Out of the main group.
Out of the main group, and then otherwise it's Skunk?
Yeah, Skunk.
That's everybody we've ever met that lived to tell the tale.
And then we met Marigold at the end.
Yeah.
And she didn't die.
But she's new.
But she's new. And Moody survived.
Oh yeah, and Moody. He's fucked off. He's gonna go see Kurt Cobain in concert before he dies, and then,
Yeah, unfortunately all the bad guys.
all the bad
I say
guys
unfortunately all the bad guys is dead. And yeah. Hey, they were forced to be bad. They were forced into
Not all of them.
They were forced into villainy, except for Martin. He sucks.
I was talking about all the other villains too that weren't at.
Well, true. I'm thinking of La Cantina.
Yeah, so it's like 6 people survived, and there were something like 30 characters across the entire series. So,
but in terms of the good guys that died, it's not a significant amount, but it's enough to be like, oof, that's rough. What about the Candyman?
Oh, did Beefeater beef it? Is that what was going on in the computer love fight? Yeah, Beefeater died in a post-credit scene. The Forsaken Sons all shot him dead.
Oh, yeah. If you've been watching and you haven't been listening to the post-credits theme, you need to go back and listen.
Boy, you're missing a lot of details.
You're missing a lot of...
Did you listen to... Okay, don't say that, Morgan. That's mean.
What?
What about the Candyman, the sugar plum guy? He atomized himself. He's dead.
Alexa punched him so hard his molecules disintegrated.
Yeah. Because Kira is an inspiration for Weston, Kira's theme plays for Weston, sometimes it does. Was it hard to differentiate him with Weston? I thought y'all did a great job. I'm just wondering if it was hard. Nah.
No, because we famously don't care for part 4. What I was trying to do initially with the lighted stage was like, there's this aspect of part 4 that is like, it's a small town, anyone could be the killer. That level of paranoia of your neighbors that I wanted to fold into with like Cold War, with like anyone here could be the stand-in, we gotta find out who it is. This sort of investigation thing. And maybe I didn't pull it off perfectly, but that was sort of my inspiration, because I thought a lot of part 4 really dropped the ball in terms of its narrative, in favor of just being stand of the week shenanigans with Josuke and Okuyasu. So yeah, it wasn't too hard, because I had starkly different ideas of what I wanted to do with this, so that it was actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
In my mind, to separate the lighted stage from part 4.
Yeah.
What's wrong with part 4? Everyone loves it. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Don't.
We can get off on this whole tangent.
It's a whole
we won't.
thing.
We won't. Because it would interrupt. It would be way too interruptive. But it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not get into it.
It's really just not worth getting into right now. It's possible for Jazz, Theo, and Mina and Sunny to die in future parts. We're not out of the woods yet. This is true.
That is also true.
I remember watching the Counting Crows fight and going just, oh man, I wish I'd thought of that. That's such a cool ability. Hell yeah.
That was, man, that was an ability I really pulled out of my ass too.
I think you should put a disclaimer for the credits to tell people that there are post-credit scenes. Too little, too late for one thing, because also we're not going to be doing post-credits again. That was a lighted stage thing. That at least for sure, I think in Insane and Mistakes, we're doing the anime like next time on.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the anime thing, but it's obviously dressed up as like a, like
radio play,
a pulp radio play, sort of like.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be
time.
the conceit going forward, because the post-credits scenes are just too much. Too many people miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask what happened. Angus, did he die? Theo kill him, or did he die from like a heart attack or something after finding out Theo survived?
So you see, there were threads that were attached to Theo's hands that wrapped around. So he sort of took inspiration from the spider. Theo, took inspiration from the spider. He set a trap. Angus walked into his invisible threads that were coming from his fingertips, and he started to feel real fear and intimidation from Theo, and that undercuts his stand ability, because if he sees something is bigger than him, then it undercuts his stand's power.
His stand requires him to feel big. The moment that he felt fear from Theo, he felt small again, and he lost.
And the balance readjusted. And so Theo, at that point, he'd already ensnared him, and Angus had already sort of lost who he was. And he became someone that had to pay for what he did. And Theo was the executioner.
Yeah.
Killed him.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you will recall, he tortured all of these Maison employees.
Made them give up the will to live.
Yeah, and then Theo was put in the position of putting the remaining members out of their misery. That's an inhumane thing to do, and the right thing to do in that moment for Theo was to make sure that a person who could do something like that couldn't do it again. And that's how Angus went out.
Yeah, and yes, Dos Equis was the one that was unraveled.
Yes.
Easy to unravel.
How did you come to the cool idea for reprise and remixes as new stand types? I kind of explained it earlier, so really quickly, remix was always a thing that Cody planned for the end of Lighted Stage.
It was exclusively Jasmine sort of inheriting Private Eyes from Alexa, because that was always the plan. Is that Alexa was meant to die and sort of pass the torch in a sort of Caesar way.
Yeah, and that would create Made of Stars.
But with stands, and that creates Made of Stars, and it's like, oh, they confuse.
Yeah.
It's like stand fusion.
And Cody had no idea that that's kind of literally a thing in Persona 3, and so because it was literally a thing in Persona 3, I came up with reprise as what happens when someone survives a double dose of Gypsy Eyes. And so that's how Clockwork Angels came to be, and reprises were made. So that's the long and short of that real quick.
Cat!
Again.
Yeah. They're noticing the cat. I'm going to be really annoying. Sorry, Crow. This is Crow. He's kind of a rescue. And he really doesn't want to be held right now. I love him. You can go. I'm sorry.
I love the twist with Ubman where you think he's the main villain because part 3 through 6 have main villains with stands that relate to time. Did you always plan on that twist?
Not necessarily. We always kind of knew that it was going to be a time-related stand. We didn't necessarily think that, people will assume that he's a main villain because of the time-related stand. I wanted people to be cautionary. I wanted people to
be suspicious
of all sorts of characters, Upman being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that, to a point, was intentional. He was definitely made off-putting and had these macabre speeches about death that kind of made you be like, oh, what the fuck is his
What is your problem?
Like, maybe he's not on the up and up here. Like, maybe he is a bad guy. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, Upman's time stands didn't have anything to do with the time stands that appear in Araki's universes.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be doing the thing where all my main villains have some sort of related power. Like, okay, they're all time related, or they're all photograph related, or they're all yeah. Not necessarily.
If they're related in any way, it's the fact that they have a philosophy and MO. Like, that's it. They're antagonists.
They're antagonists that antagonize for a reason.
Yeah. You regretfully didn't expect how brain-rotted JoJo fans are. Time stand means villain, of course. Oh, I knew that going in the beginning. Cody had no idea.
I had no idea. I don't know. I'm autistic. Shit. Leave me alone. Don't pick on me.
I think all your villains will be evil-related, possibly.
Evil-related.
Oh, God.
You think? You think? You would think.
Speaking of villain, I like the fake out with the twist of who's the square biz killer from Dior to Duffy to the reveal of West. Thank you.
Yeah. There was a lot of red herrings that we threw along the way.
Some that could have actually been supported better.
Yeah.
But that they required so much more setup that just wasn't there anymore, so.
The square biz killer were the red herrings we made along the way.
Yeah, there's like details about Dior and she does kind of appear out of nowhere, really, because you have her introduction that isn't even there at the party, and then all of a sudden she's kind of just there to be a little bitch, but then all of a sudden she's a real fucking villain.
Yeah, she's a psycho, and she breaks in with the hatchet.
And it would have been nice to get more of like the ways in which she hates to really establish her haterdom. I do wish we had gotten more opportunities to sell that. I think it would have been nice to get more Duffy as well, to really set him up as an antagonist, have him be a little more creepy, in earlier, like, more scenes where he gets to be suspicious. Those are the things that I'd like to, that I'd, change.
Do we have our own personalized stands? I'll get into mine real quick, and then Morgan, you can talk about your connection to inevitably what we folded into the part, into TLS. So, apparently, my stand is called Mothers of Invention, and it's like reality manipulation in a way that coincidences sort of materialize around me. So I walk ass backwards into perfectly in place, aligned ideas for writing the lighted stage, etc. And that, cause so many coincidences that are like, oh, I didn't mean it like that, but that's great. That works.
Yeah, it's like you've got your own Clockwork Angels.
That's me. Yeah, that's my stand apparently. And then Morgan,
my crisscross.
Your crisscross.
I mean, my crisscross is actually literally made into a stand in the lighted stage, but it's not like actually related to the ability that I have. No,
the ability that you have is coincidence or mechanisms. Oh my god. Oh my god, JoJo lands. Anyway.
Yeah, so crisscross for me is just the fact that it's essentially Millpool, right?
Yeah.
It's my wires get crossed. And
you mix your metaphors, but with music references.
Music references, sentences, things like that. Everything gets mixed up. Visuals.
It's like a speech impediment.
Yeah.
Almost.
And it's just from my brain swapping things around. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's dyslexia, but like, it's my brain just jumbling shit up.
Inspired the creation of the stands that we have in
that jumble things up. Or swap things.
Crisscross and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And as everyone knows, did I push her? He's my girl.
Lunch.
That's the inspiration for the twins, is I wanted someone who swapped between two fully different personalities / identities. And,
we all know Lunch.
And so that's how because I wanted it that way so that they each had a different name for their stand.
Concept dyslexia.
Yeah. Concept dyslexia.
Not like actual dyslexia, but
yeah, just I liked the idea of a person with two different personalities having two different names for their stand based on the identity that's taking the front end. So
that said, we don't necessarily not have our own little diagnoses that we struggle with. ADHD, autism, OCD.
So that's that. I was really thinking it was Dior at one point. Again, there were ways that I had like kind of constructed where it could have been Dior. I wanted to say TLS is really personal to me because it's sort of the reason I developed a tulpa, which is how I found out I have DID.
Oh.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
I'm very happy that you're able to
have a diagnosis
and start working on what's going to be best for you, Hazel. And we're glad that you're around. We like ya. Raki has made some very weird, crazy stands. Sky High Bohemian Rhapsody. Is there a stand in a future part that out-bizarres these wacky stands?
Maybe. Sheer scope. Maybe in sheer scope.
Maybe.
But it's not wacky so much.
That's the thing.
It's made in heaven-ish. There's one that's made in heaven-ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
That's.
But not the same way.
But yeah, I'm not thinking of like bizarre, right? That's.
I don't know.
I almost feel like your stands aren't that bizarre.
Yeah, probably not. Favorite JoJo part? I can answer that easy. Part 5.
Yeah.
Part 5. That both of us, Morgan and myself, part 5, Golden Wind is peak. Peem. It's Peem.
Captain and Henrietta Diavolo Topio.
They locked in.
Sure. Just turn your spectrum into a stan.
Kind.
I mean, arguably counting crows, it might be...
I don't even think that's that bizarre and weird.
That's the thing. I think that's a really...
I count things and they go away.
I mean, Girls on Film gets used in the most bizarre way.
Right, and it's very Bohemian Rhapsody code.
Yeah. Was Lighted Stage inspired by any of the spin-offs? Nope.
No, I don't actually read the spin-offs, the JoJo spin-offs.
Why do I have a voicemail?
Or watch.
Okay.
Because there are OVAs that like Thus Spoke, Hishibe Rohan shit that I don't care about because it's Rohan. It's part 4 related.
Yeah.
So I don't care about Rohan. Even though Rohan is like the only good... Well, Rohan and Kira, I think, are probably the only interesting parts. Hayato is the MVP of part 4.
I love that fucking little
That
kid.
little standless boy is the best. The coolest dude.
Yep. Favorite part 6, enjoy myself, but some of the moments in part 5 certainly bring it in close competition.
I just like how I think Araki didn't necessarily intend for it to coalesce the way that it did, part 5. But everything really locks in around this entire identity of putting your life on the line, your body on the line.
Yeah. It's... He stumbled his way ass backwards into a theme. For me...
Sacrifice.
For me, the part of Golden Wind that I enjoyed the most is that it actually felt like it had forward momentum. It didn't feel like it ever stopped or stalled.
Mm-hmm. From start to finish, you were just on the train. There ain't no brakes on this train.
Yeah, because if you're gonna start and stall, I need you to actually develop interesting characters, and Araki's not great at writing interesting characters in their day-to-day life, in my opinion. I don't like the way he meanders. What is the there's slice of life. That's the
Slice
shit.
of life
I don't think Araki's a good slice of life writer. Have you ever thought about what ED song you'd give Powder Keg Riot if it became a full-fledged part?
A really good question, and I actually haven't thought of it. I might give it some thought just to pick it out.
Drop it in the Discord later.
And drop it in the Discord later. Like a canon ED. I'm not going to... And here's a opportunity to talk about what Powder Keg Riot is. It is a conceptual, theoretical part that definitely did exist and happen. It is my Jonathan's part that takes place during the Revolutionary War. It's called Powder Keg Riot. And I've got characters in it. I've got some events planned out, but I can't finalize this into a thing, right? Like, I'm not going to. That said, characters and ideas from it might be sprinkled in throughout the entirety of Thoughtform Saga, and we might learn more about it.
Because
along the way.
Yeah, because it is a pivotal moment in the history of this universe, so...
But as for the ED, I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll have to think on that. Top of the stands. I like you referencing places off of the music, like Hungry, like the Wolf Diner, the club. Yeah, there are others. Livewire Motel.
Yeah. Which is based off of the album.
Yeah.
For AC/DC Livewire.
I believe all of the street names. The street that Livewire is on, and then the street that Hungry Like the Wolf is on.
Right. It's Electric Avenue.
Yeah. And then Rio Drive.
Electric Avenue. Oh, Rio Drive. Yes. Yes.
I did that for the Duran Duran reference
being
twice.
a album and song by Duran Duran.
Yeah.
So it's a double Duran Duran reference.
I think there was also a Duran Street at one point.
Was there?
I threw in. Yeah.
Maybe.
I sometimes
Maybe
when I have to
Maybe it was
makeup.
originally Rio Street, or
Yeah.
maybe it was originally Duran Street, and we
Yeah,
have made
maybe
it
something
Rio
like
Street,
that.
something like that. What else do
Tom's
we got?
Diner is a reference. Yeah, so sometimes we'll make a music reference that's like not even a stand or a character. It's just
that
some
happens.
throwaway. Like,
I'll have that in the future for sure, I think.
yeah. It's just fun to do like that.
Yeah.
It's cool. How did Jazz escape Possum Kingdom? I interpreted it as Limelight leaving her in the real world, but she was just controlling after images the whole time in there.
She was not controlling after images the whole time in there.
No.
But here's the thing. So Jasmine can basically use quantum teleportation between anything that bears her light. Because it's like particle wave duality of light, superpositions, all that jazz. Quantum particles are fucking weird. So when she turns into light, and especially after Made of Stars has allowed her to supersede those powers. So anything that bears her light, which includes photographs and after images, she can just trade places with whenever she wants.
Yep.
Like that. So what happened was she traded places at the end when Weston grabbed her and she tore into paper. She traded places with a magazine that was in the venue.
Yep.
Remember when she holds up the magazine and it's
empty.
It's empty where she should be? That's what that meant.
Yeah.
So the Jasmine that Weston grabbed was actually a life-sized blow-up image taking Jasmine's place of her in the magazine.
Headcanon, Benjamin Franklin didn't have a stand but could see them. I don't know. I don't have a favorite founding father. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Well,
Thomas Paine
he was not a founding father.
Okay, then.
He's not considered a founding father, is he?
Then
Thomas Paine.
There's no one to care about.
Yeah. They all suck.
It all sucks.
And if Thomas Paine is considered a founding father, then he's the only one that's not.
Yeah.
That does not suck. Thomas Paine is radical.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Standless characters who can beat stand users is a great concept, and I used it for a villain in my own fan part. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was the...
Yeah, I never really got better than Hayato.
Yeah.
Hayato is so cool.
I love that kid. What was the most difficult to write about when making the story, such as, oh geez, did I write myself into a corner type of thing? How many corners did you write yourself into?
I wrote
Cody?
myself into quite a few corners. And I'm
What do
also...
you think is the worst one?
I mean, the worst one... The worst one, one of them is probably not writing set up correctly for like the bottles of wine. I didn't write that correctly, so I had to sort of not necessarily retcon, but clarify things a little too late. And that's also the case for like the victims. So things like that.
Yeah.
I wrote myself into a big ass corner with optics, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then we retconned the shit out of that.
It worked.
But it worked. There was something that I was looking for.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I can't even remember.
I didn't realize you were looking for something. Any video game soundtrack references in future parts?
No video games.
Not yet, anyway.
It might come up. I don't
It's
know.
possible.
I remember what I was looking for.
Who
by the way.
knows? Oh, good.
So that is good. I was looking at the lighted stage and the Thoughtform Saga master document just to see, like, oh, what other references that were not stands or characters, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay. Detective Mothman, we don't know how long this will go on for. It'll kind of be dependent on when questions really start to stop. Please, if you need to go to bed, get your rest.
Please. Okay.
This will have a VOD.
Yeah, we got Gypsy Eyes, which is a Jimi Hendrix reference, Electric Avenue, Livewire Motel, 3 Days Grace. The concept of the 3 Days Grace is a reference to 3 Days
Yes.
Grace. Maison itself is actually a reference to House of Pain.
Yes.
It is also a reference to just house music. Maison is French for house.
Yeah.
So House of Pain, Maison, and Pain is Beauty. Sunglasses at night is an ability. I don't count. Shouldn't count that there. What, Dear Miss Fantasy.
The lingerie line.
The lingerie line. Trave d'amour.
That's the wine.
That's the wine, which is a UB40 reference. Red wine. Red wine. Rio Avenue, you got that. We got that. Evil Woman and Sweet Talking Woman are facets of Eloise that we named. All ELO references, which is ELO is an ELO reference.
Yes.
Hungry Like the Wolf, we got that. Children of Destiny. The Children of Destiny. The big fashion show at the end.
That's right.
That's Destiny's Child. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
And the concept of being a survivor is again another reference to Destiny's Child, Beyonce, and
yeah. No, I chose Destiny's Child because of the song Survivor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this works perfect.
Yeah, Survivor is a thing.
Yeah.
Destiny, the Children of Destiny was worked backwards from there.
I named both fashion lines.
Yeah, you did.
Then you didn't give the denim one a name.
No.
But yeah, that's
Spirits in the material world. I don't know.
I like that actually.
Spirits in the material.
Spirits in the material, not material world.
Not
Spirits
material
in the
world.
material.
Spirits in the material. Although that could be an upgrade to Sharp Dressed Man.
Oh god, it could be. That's
Spirits in the material.
Oh no! Don't sit here and think things like that. Not on stream. No. Cover yourself.
I'm not necessarily going to make good on any of these things. These are just hypotheticals.
Can you do a JoJo pose? If possible, don't strain yourself.
No. I can. Boom. There you go.
God.
Caesar. I can do Caesar. Right? Caesar does that?
I don't know. I don't remember the poses. I know Jorno's is the one where he pulls his fucking shirt. You could do that.
Fucking rip. Whoops. Hold on.
I
can kind of do that. I'm not stretchy enough, man.
Well, this room is also really small.
This room is tiny, and I'm old, and I got old bones.
Yes, Sharp Dressed Man feedback coming in 2028. As you've now wrapped up this part, do you have advice for anyone working on their own sort of original JoJo fan projects, such as things you'd have done differently or pitfalls you wish you'd known?
So, I mean, here's the thing that I do, that I suggest everyone definitely does, is if you ever get an idea, write it down. Like, as soon as you fucking have it, write it down so that you can maintain your creative center, like the core of the inspiration that had this idea pop into your head. It's not just an idea, it's an idea for a reason, right? So there's context that you have that you lose if you sit on it and you don't write it down and you don't communicate that back to yourself. Write it all down, preferably in a big old master document. So get on Google, maybe not Google, but find a program that will let you create documents online, back them up, add to those documents, and along the way just keep adding to the documents so that you no, I'm not reading chat. Just keep adding to it as you go along. You'll keep everything sort of there in your memory.
And don't feel like you've got to do a bunch of don't feel like you've got to do the entire idea in detail, because sometimes you don't have the time to sit there and like really extrapolate on it.
No, do it in a way where you're going to be able to remind yourself what it is. Keywords. And then you come back to it and you flesh it out as much as you can. You don't have to do a lot, but just as much as you possibly can to fully recapture what that idea was. Keep it all in a notebook or like a document file.
I will share. So
what's up?
Often Cody and I will be talking ideas and things, usually under some state of inebriation, and we will not be in a state to actually, like, write a whole thing out. And so one of us will write a note of, like, okay, we gotta go back to this to remember it. My most recent one that we have done was Mr. Jumbo, homophobic dog. And you know what that means, don't you?
I know exactly what Mr. Jambo, homophobic dog, means.
And so, sometimes it's literally as simple as that.
I need to go into the appropriate document for the thing that relates to, and write it fully in. Sorry. Your document can be as messy as you fucking want.
Oh my god.
Because mine is. I've been going back through, though, and, like, cleaning things up.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, it's time. It's about time to start writing the thing.
I just realized, is that Bigfoot riding Nessie on your shirt? Yes.
Yeah!
It's one of his favorite shirts.
Yeah, I like this shirt.
This one, and then the cowboy frog. The cowboy frog is good.
I'm big cowboy energy right now.
Yeah.
I can't wear this hat because of my headphones.
Yeah. I've had many concepts for Marvel and DC fan works over the past years. Thankfully, creative concepts are the one thing I consistently remember. I used to think that I could do. And then there was an idea that I fell in love with, and I could not for the life of me recall it again in, like, full detail. It just kept, like, it was like sand in my hands. I couldn't get it to, like, stay. And ever since that day, I'm like, okay, I'm getting too old. I gotta write everything down, or else I'm going to forget all my ideas. So, you know, don't actually trust yourself to remember everything just because you did once before.
Human memory is very fallible, and especially as you go along, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Make it a habit early on when you're still young and you have your memory. To write it all down.
Yeah.
Write it down, because you will reach a point where you're gonna forget this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway. And yes, that is a Kyle Gordon reference, Mr. Jumbo. Hey there, Mr. Jumbo.
Who knows? Kyle Gordon might get a reference. That might be another obscure niche one.
Yeah, that might not even make it to any text.
Yeah.
That could just be a background thing, like, hey, this is canon, but we're not sharing it.
I have a feeling it'll get name dropped.
It might be. It probably will. I'm in my cowboy era.
Alright.
No. This cheap-ass $20, made in China. Fucking... Man, ain't that appropriate for Texas nowadays, though?
Oh my god. Let's see. I'm thinking we are probably winding down just because the questions aren't about TLS anymore.
Yeah, like if I had a horse, what would my horse's name be? Tiny Dancer.
I did Hall Notes. That was
Hall Notes.
Hall Notes. That was my.
If I had a horse in fucking Steel Ball Run, my horse would be named Tiny Dancer.
Okay.
I don't know why, it just feels
that's just
right.
The
like
one
it should be Tiny Dan. There should have been a Tiny Dancer in there.
Yeah. But before, since I think we are wrapping up, did anyone have questions that they wanted to try and do about Stand Mistakes?
Okay. We can do that too.
Give people a chance to see if they can't extrapolate a little bit more information by trapping us.
Yeah.
Give you a chance.
Also, if you've asked questions
and that haven't been answered,
that we didn't get around to them, you can ask them again because we might have missed them.
I stepped away. Why is Cody in his cowboy era? Cause
I always kind of wanted to have one of these straw cowboy hats. And I just decided, you know what? It's really fucking hot. So whenever I go out, I actually wear this cowboy hat. Just because it's enough shade.
Yep.
Because the sun is a deadly laser.
Stand Mistakes, what does the MC's stand do?
Ha! Oh, like I'm gonna tell you.
It is really easy to figure out if you understand how Cody's brain works, have fun with that.
I guess so. But I don't think anyone's gonna be able to guess.
That's the thing. I don't think anyone can guess. I don't think anyone fully understands how they haven't followed the patterns. I don't think they've picked up on it.
You're not pattern followers.
No.
What is wrong with your pattern-seeking brain?
It's the spirit of rebellion in them, I guess.
I guess so.
Why did you kill my two favorite characters in the Smirnov fight?
What, Smirnov and Eloise?
Sonny? Or Eloise? Sonny?
Sonny!
Yeah. In one timeline. Because Eloise was always going to die, and all of La Cantina was also always going to die.
Eloise, just like Alexa, was a character that I crafted specifically as a sacrificial character. Mickey, I think to a lesser extent, maybe I wasn't necessarily planning on it being that Mickey was going to sacrifice himself for Calvin, but I think that was always
No, that was always the plan, because there was a point in time where he was going to be there with Calvin before the Weird Science fight. That Weird Science was going to be the one to kill Mickey and then lead to Calvin finally standing against him. But that in the end didn't.
Yeah.
Because there was a point in time where Weird Science's fight was going to kind of be in two parts, where his fortunate son was going to be there with him.
These are things that I don't remember that I'm definitely glad we didn't do.
No, I know.
Because it's shit.
These were really early ideas. I mean, early enough to where you were probably writing like chapter 2 discussions. But
with in terms of Eloise, she was crafted specifically as this emotional counterweight to Sonny, and how chipper and upbeat she was. Eloise was always dreary and sort of lost the vive for life, and she always regretted her life and her life choices, and always. And she wound up in this position where she just doesn't have her smile anymore, right? But Sonny's all smiles. So I created this dichotomy of characters specifically so that Eloise can realize that at the end, Sonny is her smile. I might not be able to smile for myself, but you can smile for me. So going forward, you will be my smile. Take that smile you have, make it mine, and be happy. Because I can't.
There's no world that I want to live in where you're not
where
here.
You're not here.
And so I'd rather be the one to die, not because I want to die now, but because I want you to live.
Right.
That was always
the line "smile for me." I feel like people might not understand what it means.
Yeah.
You got to dig just a little bit deeper. There's an emphasis on for a reason. It's not smile for me right now. It's not I want to see you smile right now. It's going forward. Be my smile. Smile for me, in place of me.
Yeah. That's
what that means.
Yeah.
It's a double meaning, intentionally. Smile for me right now, and also be my smile in the future. So that was like always the thing I wanted to execute when it came to executing Eloise.
And all the La Cantina were gonna die. So.
Oh yeah, that was just because like they're supposed to be tragic in a way.
How did the lighted stage start? I'm gonna just recommend that when stream is over, you go back and watch the beginning of the VOD, because that's one of the earliest things that we answer, and I don't want to necessarily like reiterate that. Not that we don't appreciate the question. So are card suits confirmed to be a thing, or is that just a fun fan interpretation?
It's intentional. But I don't know how much I'm gonna put into it, but it is a consideration that I definitely make and made when designing these 4 characters.
Okay. I'll let you say that much then.
That much.
I'm not gonna... Yeah, because otherwise I'll end up spoiling something, so...
Yeah.
Will we see Saint of Mistakes by the end of this year? Sorry if you already answered that one.
Not by the end of this year.
No, and it's also not been asked yet. Say No Mistakes will, at the earliest, premiere next year. You might have missed, there is going to be something that comes out before Say No Mistakes. It is a bonus chapter of The Lighted Stage as a La Cantina
side story. Called Bottom Shelf. It's going to feature Beefeater and Crow and their induction. Yeah. And it's going to be required reading.
Yes. It actually is going to elaborate on some things that will have overarching
big time
consequences.
Yep.
Is that the word? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. A through line.
Through line, yeah. Is there any way we can get sneak peeks as to what the main cast sounds like? I asked that in Discord, but figured it's a good time to bring that up.
In English, we can give you a teaser. So it's like, okay, Carmen is gonna be he's younger, right? He's younger. He's gonna be a little bit more Joey Wheeler-esque, maybe a little bit Jabroni Mike-ish, especially when it comes to fucking Jack, that asshole.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't mean to explode your ears there.
Jack's just gonna sound like that.
Jack is just gonna sound like this. He might sound a little bit lighter when it comes to actual
a little
speech.
more dialogue-y.
A little bit more dialogue. He might sound more like this, and then the narration, Jack, might sound a little bit more like this, a little bit more intimate, a little bit deeper.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and do previews because that's too much brain.
That's fine
right now.
For you, that's fine.
We've already heard Marigold. I'm going to try and incorporate some youth, but there's no guarantee. Age is really hard for me.
That's okay.
And gonna try my damnedest to find a way to differentiate Redbone and Jazz, but it is very possible that he's just gonna sound like Jazz.
Redbone being the name of the indigenous youth.
Yeah.
That was in the photograph.
Accidentally got spoiled, so...
But I'm fine with people knowing the character.
Fucking fine. At the very least, you don't have to go around saying the weird Native American boy. He's not weird, he's... I don't want to call him evil either. I'm trying to say nice things about him, but I keep saying mean things.
He's a scrappy little bastard.
He's a scrumbly little... Oh, I love him. I love Redbone so fucking much. Can't wait.
But yeah, that's just gonna be your boy voice.
Yeah.
Which is very close to Jasmine anyway.
Yeah.
Who's very butch.
Very butch. Imagining a TLS AAU where someone puts together everyone at Maison drank the wine and everyone that drank the wine got a stand. Oh shit, everyone has stands before La Cantina poached Angus. Huh. I don't have any ideas for how that would go.
Yeah.
The ending to this for me is Alexa slowly dancing to Meiko Kaji's Jeans Blues. I love this series. Thank you for all the work you put into it. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. I could write a fan story called Angus Tora Janitor Duty where he just kidnaps a handful of Maison stand users, like not canon friendly. I know it would be kind of funny. I mean, sure, go for it.
If you want. Jasmine is unfortunately a futch.
Shit.
Source. A butch.
A fembutch.
Fembutch. Yeah, yeah.
How do the Fortunate Sons even get their stands from O Fortuna?
Maxwell's Silver Hammer. So, those bodies that were brought home from Vietnam, home to Weird Science, Jordan's unit, right? Mm-hmm. This is a little loud in my ears. They were all blowed up. Weird Science stitched them all back together, grabbed Skunk, took Maxwell's Silver Hammer, absorbed the stand power from Skunk, and then split it between the 7 dead bodies, and that sort of animated them and gave them each a little portion of O Fortuna, so they each got Umbrella Ella.
That's why Singin' in the Rain is their favorite song.
Yeah, because it was Carmen's.
Carmen's.
It's Carmen's favorite song.
Yeah.
So it's part of him. Mm-hmm. That is sort of imbuing them with life. Because the original them, they're all dead.
Yeah.
They all got blown up in Vietnam.
Yep.
Jordan's squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what happened. I think we're really drawing to a close.
I'm trying to, yeah, there are some questions here real quick, but
Okay.
something we've discussed in the server. Fortunate Sons. They are the bodies of Jordan's unit. They are from a Joestar unit.
Every Joestar unit has a survivor.
Yeah.
A sole survivor.
There's some soul survivor out there, isn't there?
There's always one sole survivor. Who survived?
Anyway. Why the fuck did they kill Beefeater? He failed so many times, but he still was the main source of money. It was, and it was a shoot. They're only, they took his stand though.
Yeah, they made him useless.
His stand.
His stand broke. It became completely useless.
Yeah, and they have a copy of Beefeater's stand.
That's true.
In the event it's necessary to use it. But we don't like to talk about Smirnoff because Weird Science is scared of Smirnoff.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But anyway, the point is his stand was already rendered useless. Optics was not in the Joestar unit. No. I was referring to Jordan's unit.
No. And yeah, Optics was not in a Joestar unit.
No. Otherwise, he might have taken the star. But nobody in his unit had the star. It wasn't a Joestar unit. It was just a regular old unit.
They were just a... Yeah. Beefeater was an idiot.
Not to say that there was any other Vietnam era Joestar units, because like it's a long ass war.
Yeah. The La Fortuna, the O Fortuna lore is deep. Yeah, no, they said La Fortuna.
Does that mean it was Seal?
Wait a minute. Weird Science actually feels fear? He's afraid of death. It's why his stand worked the way it did, because he was dying.
He was dying.
He needed to live.
Kind of die.
Yep.
The stand is just keeping him alive. Maxwell Silverhammer is just keeping him alive. That's why he's blue. He's already dead. Yeah.
I thought the Joestar unit was the unit that got dosed with Gypsy Eyes with Weston. No. And another reminder that the Joestar units, it's not like it's one and then it moves on to the next. There can be many Joestar units even existing at the same time. They are just made up of people that the Watchtower feels is a fundamental threat to their goal. So, yeah, that's the Joestar unit is full of people with a bit more to them than like Optics. Optics and those fucking
I would not
NPCs.
I would not have felt comfortable giving Optics the star, or giving Optics or anybody associated with Optics the valor associated with the Joestars.
Yeah,
the Joestar unit.
That squad that goes down with Optics, like they were meant to be sacrificed.
Yeah,
like,
they were schmucks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They weren't sacrificed on behalf of the Watchtower. They were sacrificed by the country.
Yes. As the country has so often done and continues to do.
Yeah.
They were meat grinder fodder.
But they were not targeted fodder.
Right.
Yeah.
But the tattoos are associated with Jordan's unit. So it was a unit that preceded all of that stuff with Optics and what happened in Vietnam with them. It was in the 50s, actually, that this unit went into Vietnam before America's like true involvement, boots on the ground, took off. They died in a fiery explosion after stand experiments in the field, and those bodies that were in disparate pieces were stitched together to become the Fortunate Sons.
Yes.
Thus, they have the tattoo.
Yes.
Because that was a Joestar unit.
Yes.
But not every unit's a Joestar unit.
Yes.
It's just them. They are special. Optics' unit is not.
It's not. Yeah.
Where did he get his photo of... Where did Weston get his photo of Gypsy Eyes? He took it.
Yeah. When he woke up in the aftermath of the
helicopter,
dusting,
the
right?
helicopter when it got shot down.
Yeah.
In Vietnam.
When he woke up from that, he used his stand, kind of without realizing it, because this is his first time using it, and he goes and he snaps a bunch of photos. So he captured the crime scene, the war crime scene, essentially, and the Gypsy Eyes tank was there.
Yeah.
With substance that he could draw out.
Yeah. All he had to do, really, with the photograph is take it and just squeeze it, and Gypsy Eyes would actually leak out of it. We never showed that, but...
Yeah. But that's what happens. He does it with the wine at the party. You get to see that he just pours the liquid out. He tips it over and then it pours out. So he can do that with Gypsy Eyes as well. Yeah. And that would be the photograph of the tanker that was in the helicopter that went down. Yeah.
The one that he was trying to photograph on that like far removed like tent site.
Yeah.
That medical site that he was denied access to. He just wanted that fucking photo. Eventually he got to get it.
Yes.
And then he kept it forever.
Correct. Why did Weird Science fear Smirnoff? Has it more power in the organization? Smirnoff's not gendered. Please.
No, yeah. Smirnoff isn't it. Smirnoff is a computer. Beep boop.
Smirnoff did not have more power than the Watchtower, but it is a better stand user, a better computer, it's just a better more intelligent than Weird Science, and he knows that. Again, and so he's scared of it.
Weird Science was kind of a failure as a scientist. He's a bad scientist. Yeah. He is bent to his own conclusions and doesn't draw conclusions from the scientific method. Yeah. He just has his own ideas, and he tries to brute force them into existence.
He's a flat earther.
He's a flat earther. He's a bad scientist, and Smirnoff is not a bad scientist. And so he's afraid of Smirnoff, because Smirnoff's just better.
Yeah. So, that's how to go about thinking that.
If we get canceled, then it's just a JoJo tattoo from that moment on.
That didn't mean Jazz would share a tattoo with the deceased optics, which is like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Precisely.
And of course, Jazz's inspiration for the tattoo comes from Grandpa.
Yeah, Jack.
More so than Jordan, but it's like that's the tattoo on Jordan that really just started it all.
But the Joestar unit, the tattoo is based on the birthmark of Jonathan Joestar, this war hero that the Watchtower is trying to stop the legacy of. So whatever his will was, they oppose that, and they're trying to make sure that every other Jonathan Joestar legacy that it is completely removed from the world. That's what they want. And so these Joestar units are sacrificial units as they are trying to get killed by the Watchtower, setting up suicide missions. So you're there with your war buddies, and you all get the tattoo together in camaraderie, recognizing that this is bad.
And so the Watchtower is there to say, all right, now it's time for you to die.
Yep. And so the tattoo then is carried on in that manner. So there, you end up with only one member of that unit, and they get the tattoo because they already had it, and then they come back with their survivor's guilt and how they have to deal with that.
But back to the whole optics.
Yes.
And his thing is like, I really just, I don't want him and his group to be associated with that at all. Because they're supposed to be honorable.
Yes.
Joe Stars are supposed to be honorable. So, yeah, no, fuck optics and that entire crew. It's sad, but sad that happened. But fuck optics.
Yeah.
I would not have the association linked to him.
No.
Can't.
You get a Joe Star tattoo sometime, and if anyone asks me, I'll do a Thoughtform Saga promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we could make the Joe Star tattoo something a little bit more unique, so that
It's just that you get it black instead of red.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's the
There are plenty of people
Thoughtform Saga
who
one.
do. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Will Clockwork Angel show up in Insane and Mistakes because
Nope.
it goes back in time? No.
Nope. That's another commonly, frequently asked question. Clockwork Angels is solely tied to the tangle of optics and Jasmine's story. It's solely there to ensure that the best of all possible worlds happens. Mm-hmm. And the best of all possible worlds is just the world in which Jasmine survives. That's it. If you're aware of what the best of all possible worlds means in philosophical slant, so Clockwork Angels, the song by Rush, references Leibniz's, a philosopher's, solution to the problem of evil. How could evil exist in a world created by a benevolent God? And his answer is, it's just the best that he could do. It's just the best that God could do. It's the best of all possible worlds. So that's sort of what that is meant to hearken. Mm-hmm. It's, the world is imperfect, it's full of suffering, but it's the best that we can do. It's the best world that Jazz gets to live in.
It's not perfect. It's not an ideal world for Jasmine. It's not an ideal world for optics.
It's just the world where she gets to live.
Yeah.
And so it's solely like this loop tied to Jasmine alone. So it's kind of a Deus Ex Machina for that reason only.
Yes.
It's not going to appear in any other parts.
No.
Sorry to burst the bubble.
Yeah.
I definitely did not explain that as concisely as I wanted to. Oops. I talk for a living.
It's okay.
But sometimes I can't talk too good.
That's fine. Clockwork Angels is the god from the machine which we must rage against. Ish. Who in La Cantina is the most evil?
Martin. Martin.
Yeah.
He killed people for no reason.
He was a serial killer.
He was a serial killer before there were serial killers. He had a murder hotel.
Yeah. He's based on H.H. Holmes.
He's based on H.H. Holmes. He had a murder hotel. And he's named after Pee Wee Herman. Herman House.
Yes.
Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk. That scene.
Yep.
That scene is kind of why he's named that, and why he's Herman House, and why he is dressed like a bellhop.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that was why you did that.
Yes, that's why I did that.
Oh, no, I forgot.
You have a telephone call at the front desk.
I think that might be the end
We've caught
of
up?
the actual questions. Who was the most fun character to write and work with? The best of all possible worlds explanation was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm glad it at least
I think
some of it went through.
I think you did good. He's serial killer Pee Wee Herman. He is. I think, yeah. I don't think anyone's got questions good enough to keep going. So if you have questions going forward, whether they are good or bad,
About standard mistakes, the Thoughtform Saga, lighted stage.
come and join us in the Discord. We would
Ooh, yeah, drop it in.
really like to have you around. If I can get what I need.
If you thank you, Brad.
Brad's on Twitch though.
Yes, I
I'm
was
trying to
about
get
to do it on.
YouTube.
I was gonna do it on Twitch.
I was trying to get YouTube.
And then you got YouTube.
All right.
So join the Discord. Make sure you read the rules because you won't be able to interact with the server.
You can.
Until
I removed that feature because
can
too many
interact
people
now?
were having trouble. Yes.
interact. Okay.
Yes,
Just join
you
the
can.
Discord.
But I will judge you harshly if you do not choose your pronouns for the server, because anyone who is opposed to choosing pronouns is sus.
Invite is expired.
Is it?
The Twitch command is an expired link.
Well then, I gotta fix that.
Well, do this one. Yep. At the same time.
Jeez,
Okay.
I didn't know I could do that.
I've
Well,
gotta
fuck.
fix that. Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, do that. Join the Discord. You can pick our brains anytime. We won't always answer,
No.
but
Often
we'll be there.
Yeah, we often won't answer certain things too if they seem
Well,
too
then.
spoilery, but we will also be dicks about teasing certain things. Especially me.
No, also just be shitposty.
The last thing to really get into is, do you plan to get back to streaming video games?
I do. I would like to get back and finish Mina the Hollower.
I was wondering if
I'm
we
like
would get
on
back
the
to that
last
next.
zone, man.
Yeah.
I want to finish that game.
And maybe try next week.
Yeah, probably next week
Yeah.
around the same time. Like
Yeah.
Thursdays at 4 seems to be a pretty solid time
Yeah.
to stream. So like I'm gonna try and do that. 4 being 4 Central, 4 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
Do the math yourself. I'm not doing it all for you because I can't.
You can follow the Twitch, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But we will see you around probably next week, actually, then. Otherwise, thank you all for showing up. Thank you for supporting the lighted stage and looking forward to the same in thought form.
Yeah. I have not played the 7th Stand User, and I probably won't. I think that's one of those RPG Maker games, and I just can't play RPG Maker games because I've seen through the code of it. Like, because I used to make RPG Maker games when I was a kid, and I see it, and I'm like, that's just RPG Maker, man. I can't see past it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Bye-bye!
Bye, everybody. Thank you for showing up.